me go to the chat room. Turn my volume down. Give my shout outs. I'm still blessed, Desire, because the favor of God is on my life. That's why they be mad at us, y'all. Because the haters, they can't handle us. And it's a trip to me to actually see somebody who is deceased and gone still have haters. That's how you know she must have been powerful, or she must have been chosen by God. She must have been a stuff, because we all know she had some haters when she was alive. But even after death, she still have haters. She still had, even after death, this baby cannot even rest in peace because she still have haters. Mm, mm, mm. Mm, mm, mm. Let's get some justice for Kanika. If y'all can, drop some J4Ks before we even start. Before I needed to play that soothing music to get my soul at ease, because I'm telling y'all, just tuning into YouTube and seeing all the distractions and everything that's out there, it just really had me feeling some kind of way. So I had to really play this music. I had to encourage myself, because y'all know, believers, sometimes we have to encourage ourselves. Okay, if we don't have nobody else to encourage us, to sharpen us, sometimes we have to encourage our own self. Okay, so drop them J4Ks, because we still believe in Kanika. We still believe in justice. We still are fighting. If you fighting for Kanika, drop J4K. Drop J4K in the chat room. You can drop purple hearts, red hearts, yellow hearts, drop crowns. I don't care. Represent Kanika today in this chat room before we go any further. And we're going to put these haters to shame. We're going to put the devil to shame, because he hate for the truth to come out. It's not you he hate. It's that truth that you got inside you that he hate. It's not you. Okay? The enemy don't want you. It's that truth. He came to kill, steal, and destroy that truth that you got planted inside of you. Drop J4K. Let's make these haters mad. Every time we log on, let's make these haters mad, because we still represent Kanika over here. We still believe in Kanika. We still believe in Kanika's name. We still believe in Kanika's birthday. We still believe in the videos Kanika put out. We still believe in her. We not giving up. Let everybody else give up on it. Let everybody else talk their stuff. Let everybody else do what they're going to do. Because guess what? Like I told y'all from the beginning, the race is not for the swift, but it's for those who can endure. And we witnessing people drop out the race. Let them drop out the race. Let them, because they was never real or fuck Kanika from the get-go. Drop out the race, because you was never real from the get-go. We watching them drop out the race one by one. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. You was never here for Kanika in the first place. And we done put some pressure on these people. I told y'all pressure bust pipes. We put some pressure on them. Now they trying to remove her name completely. Just like they do the Lord. They try to remove people's name completely. They want to, because it's too much truth surrounding that name. They want to remove it completely. As if that person never existed. They want us to believe that Kanika, that our thoughts of Kanika or our knowledge of Kanika is all a part of a Mandela effect. Use a lie, devil, use a lie. I say, devil, use a lie, and ain't no truth in you or your minions. Okay? Justice for Kanika. And every time y'all hear some Jews being dropped, I want y'all to drop me some Jews. Okay? Drop some crowns and drop some Jews, because the real is back. The real is bad. They hate when I come. They hate when I say that too, because they know the real gonna always shine light on the fake. The real gonna always call out the fake. If you ain't never known a real one when you see it, and you was only immune to fake, that fake stuff that you seeing is gonna point you and actually gonna show you what the real look like. The real is back. J4K. The devil is a lie. The devil is a lie. Justice for Kanika is coming. It's coming. They getting the pressure, y'all. They feeling it. They feeling the pressure. They feeling it. We've been doing too much digging, too much speaking in truth. We've been calling things as though it was, and they mad. Guess what? We not gonna give up. We're not gonna give up on her name. We're not. Because you know what? Everybody over here, it was your spirit that told you that. Matter of fact, it was your spirit that confirmed to you that this girl was alive and this girl was brutally murdered. It was your spirit. It wasn't a YouTuber that confirmed that for you. It wasn't the news that confirmed that for you. It dang sure wasn't this crazy case and all this evidence we looking at that confirmed that for you. It was your spirit that confirmed that for you. How many of y'all can agree? Drop me a one if your spirit told you that Kanika was dead, she was passed away, and her spirit was not resting, something wasn't right. Drop me a one if your spirit confirmed this for you. Can't nobody tell you what your spirit confirmed for you is a lie. So if you don't believe that Kanika existed, if you don't believe that Kanika is dead, please get out my chat room. Please unsub to me right now, because you would never convince me of something that my spirit confirmed for me. Never. Now, I'm hoping y'all strong in the word, and I'm hoping y'all strong in the spirit. Never let the enemy convince you of something that your spirit confirmed for you. Draw me a one if your spirit confirmed that for you. And ain't nothing nobody can tell you otherwise. Let's get it. Let's get it. Represent Kanika. Truth be told, represent Kanika with them hearts. Represent Kanika. Let her know we're still fighting for you. Because whenever I think about giving up, I always picture that photo in my head that say, fight for me. I did not walk in this freezer. If y'all need some motivation, email me. I'll send you that picture. Because if that picture ain't motivation enough, then baby, you shouldn't be in this fight. Baby, you shouldn't be in this fight. Drop out the race. You can go because your services is not needed anyway. Bye. You're a distraction to this girl case. You've always been a distraction to this girl case. You've been a distraction to this girl case from the very beginning. I don't care how many times you didn't change your YouTube profile names. I don't care. You've been a distraction to the very beginning. Y'all, this is nothing but the same people operating the same way, just using different names. Okay, they've been distractions from the very beginning. We're not buying it. We're not buying it. I told y'all about the gatekeepers from day one, and I hadn't even known anything about what was going on YouTube. But I came out the gate because the Lord showed me in the very beginning, and it was a lot of people that was surrounding around this truth. It was like the truth was in the middle, and they were standing around the truth. And I had to knock these people down and out the way to get to the truth. And I called them gatekeepers. If y'all can remember that, give me a one. I called them gatekeepers from the very beginning. And guess what, y'all? Glory be to God. They exposing themselves. I didn't know who all the gatekeepers was, but guess what? Slowly but surely, they showing themselves. They showing themselves. They showing themselves. Slowly but surely, they showing themselves. We can know who the gatekeepers are now, don't we, y'all? We have a pretty much idea of all these gatekeepers, don't we? The videos you drop, the lies you tell, you showing yourself. You showing yourself. You're not deceiving us. You're not deceiving us. We have the spirit of God in us. You can't deceive us. You can't. You can't. You can deceive the very elect if possible. If possible. If possible. You can't deceive me. You can't deceive a child of God because his sheep know his voice. And another voice we will not listen to. We will not chase after. We don't want to hear it. And I don't want to watch a video. Don't send me a video of some wolf talking mess about Kanika, because another voice I will not listen to. I will not hear. I will not give my attention to. I'm telling you that now. You're wasting your time and your energy. Just as fuck. I'm Team Kanika all day. I said it from the beginning. When I leave this platform, I'm leaving this platform, Team Kanika. Do you hear me? You cannot change my mind. All you do is get me from 0 to 10 real quick. That's it. That's it. That's all you do. That's all you do. You don't change my mind. You can never convince me of something that the Spirit of God already confirmed inside of me. You can never do that. You can never do that. You're right, truth be told. God brought us all here together for a dynamic purpose. Do y'all hear me? For a dynamic purpose. And everybody don't fit. Everybody don't fit. See, we were called out of the world. These people are still in the world. Okay, so they don't fit over here. They're not going to understand truth. They're not going to feel the truth. They're not going to get it. Somebody said to me on one of my videos, my soul is satisfied with this. See, they don't understand that. They soul would never be satisfied with truth. That's why they like to swarm in lies. They love to be around people who make up stories and lies because guess what? It's not for them. Just like we not fit for the world is not fit for us. You feel me? Same thing, baby. Same thing. It's not for you to get it. We might end up coming out this thing with our soul being satisfied, but you would never feel that way. You will always feel uncomfortable because you know you a lie. You know the truth ain't in you. You know everything you stand for is a lie. You know you're the child of the liars of the lies. Your father is the liar. You know that. So you will never feel comfortable in the truth. And you don't have to feel comfortable in my presence, on my platform, nothing. Exit. Exit. If I even knew who y'all were, all of y'all, I would exit y'all for myself. I'll block y'all myself. Justice for Kanika. Alicia, they mad because we still hollering justice for Kanika. That's how we met. That's how all of us came together. I have people that I've never met in my life, and I call them sisters, and I call them brothers, and I can say I love you because of Kanika, because we share the same love for Kanika. Now tell me that ain't God. Tell me that ain't the Spirit of God working and manifesting in the lives of the true and real believers. Come on now. We didn't connect it. We don't even know each other. And we got a love in our heart for each other. Y'all can't tell me that's all built on some fictitious story. Get out of here. That ain't nothing but the Spirit of God, okay? That ain't nothing but the Spirit. And if you don't feel the love, that's because, like I said, you don't fit with the rest of the believers. Stay in the world under under that umbrella of deception that Satan threw over your stupid head. How about that? He fell and he came to see the whole world. They sleep, y'all. They knocked out. Don't even try to wake them up. Let them rest, baby. Let them rest. Grab my water bottle. Grab my water bottle. Let them rest, y'all. They sleep over there. Leave them sleep. It's for the Holy Spirit to wake them up. Leave them sleep. They didn't hear the truth presented to them several times. We can't force the truth on nobody. You have to see it for yourself. You have to taste the Lord for yourself and know He is good. I can't make you taste Him. You have to taste Him for yourself and know He is good. We believers over here. And we're going to always believe in the Lord. We're going to always believe in His truth. We're going to always fight for Kanika. It's nothing nobody can say over here to change my mind and our mind. You hear me, y'all? Because we real believers. We never came in this thing with no evil agenda. We only wanted what was best for Kanika. We only wanted justice for Kanika, right? Right? They hated us from the very beginning. And they hated this platform from the very, because they knew this platform, when I came out from the very beginning, they knew that it was going to be a platform built off truth. They knew that it was going to bring in other believers. They knew that we was going to come together. They knew that our spirits was going to connect. They knew that we was going to fast together. We was going to pray together. We was going to showcase love together. The devil hate that. Look, y'all better look at who we messing with. Understand spiritual warfare. Look what we up against. Look at what we up against. Look at what we up against. We up against the enemy. We are bringing everything that the enemy hateth. Remember I showed y'all the 7 things the Lord hateth? We are bringing everything that the enemy hateth. Truth, love, peace, justice. Are y'all paying attention? We are showcasing everything that the enemy hateth. Of course he will hate me. Of course he will hate you. You are the truth. Shout out to you. You are the truth. You are the truth. That's why he hates you. Don't get offended. He hates you because you're the truth. It's a lot of YouTubers on here, y'all. It's a lot of YouTubers. They playing games with this case because evidently they are not who they say they are. I don't care if we see their ugly little faces on YouTube. They still are not who they say they are. We have to keep in mind that we're looking at a lot of groups different groups. We looking at a gang, gangs, which are groups. We looking at the hotel, probably staff members, owners, people, family. We looking at different groups of people that's probably all over YouTube that set up shop to cause distractions all over this case. So keep that in mind, okay? So when y'all say y'all probably don't want to believe it cannot possibly be all these people are here trying to distract us. Yes, they are. Yes, they are, you guys. We're looking at groups of people. We looking at different groups of people that's involved, and they probably got their own little chat rooms and talk about what lie they gonna throw out the next day. Okay? Don't believe that just because they say their name is such and such, just because they show you their ugly little face, that do not mean that they are who they say they are. You have no idea. You don't know where these people that came from. You don't know who they know or who sent them. Who the hell sent y'all? Who sent? I told y'all from the gate who sent me and why I was here, and I wasn't comfortable with it. Did I not? And I still would drop it in the chat room and tell some of y'all people like, look, don't tell me what to say or do. My authority come from my Father. Don't tell me nothing. We don't know who these people are. Who sent you? Who sent you? They fake. Kanika ain't fake, nigga. You fake. Kanika ain't fictitious character your profile is. Kanika ain't still alive. No. Her spirit is just that powerful. It make you want to feel like it, right? And she probably hunting your butt too. She probably all in your head, all in your sleep. And I'm pushing it too. I'm back here praying. I'm in my prayer warrior mode like never before. I'm pushing for her spirit to hover over all them people and just pick with them. Make them wake up. They can't sleep at night. I'm like, Kanika, just pick with them. Show them your spirit. Show them your spirit is still roaming and you can't rest because of these people. Because of these wicked, evil people and what they did to you. I'm pushing for her spirit to be all over y'all. So if y'all feel her, glory to God, it's working. That's why y'all trying to shut her up and trying to stop us from talking about her, because we lifting her up and we giving her spirit more energy. Y'all, every time y'all speak Kanika's name, y'all give her spirit more energy. Do y'all see? Y'all giving more energy to that spirit. They don't want that. Same thing with the Most High. They don't want us talking. They try to take his name out the school system, take the Bibles out the school system. They want you to stop talking about his name. They started throwing all these other different crazy religions in front of your face, all this other stuff, because they do not want you to keep giving energy to the Holy Spirit. They don't want you to give energy to that spirit. I'm telling you, the prayers of the righteous avail much. They don't want you to. We're going to keep giving her name spirit over here. Okay, we're gonna keep giving her name energy over here. So just be mad. Just be mad. Come on now. Come on now. What's up to everybody? If I didn't say hello, this is my official hello, everybody. Good afternoon. Yep, afternoon. So I'm not gonna make this a really long live, okay? I do have some things I gotta do today, but I did want to touch bases with you guys. I am really sick. I'm tired, okay? I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired, like my description say, of these people that keep lying on this baby. These people that don't want this girl truth out. You know, even if I felt like I agreed with y'all, I wouldn't even do a video. I wouldn't speak on it. I would just step away and I would allow whatever to happen. I would allow God to just manifest. But in no way, shape, or form would I want to put a blanket over her name or over this case, because I wouldn't be no better than Rosemont, who hurried up and closed the case without fully investigating the case. I wouldn't be no different from them. Okay? I wouldn't be no different. So don't think by any means will y'all ever get me to side with y'all. No, I'll walk away before I decide to do that. I'll walk away and I'll just let whatever games be played. But I will never put a blanket over that baby's case and over her name. I would never do that. Never. I'm telling y'all that now. Period. Y'all consistently trying to cover it up. We done already had cover up on top of cover up on top of cover up. Now look, they still trying to cover it up. Still covering it up. They want us to believe a lie. I'm gonna holler at y'all in this chat room, see what y'all got to say, and then I'm gonna get to a video I wanted to share with y'all, and we're gonna pull out some truth and lies in this video. And this is a video that I found that was done back in March. Okay, I've never seen this video. Okay, don't even know who this person is that's speaking in the video, but yet the person that's speaking in the video said a lot of stuff that I feel like if he didn't know the truth, he shouldn't have known unless he, really did some digging and this is what he uncovered. But the person in the video actually said he knew the people and he was trying to speak to the world and tell the world what was going on. Now, the problem is that the world saw this person to be not credible because it was a lot of lies mixed in with his truth. But remember, you guys, you can always, sometimes when people come out and you know that they lying, but they got some truth mixed in their lies, let them keep talking. Don't chase them away. Let them keep talking, because that's how we're going to get the truth. Even mixing the lies, we can pull the truth out. So let them keep talking. But this person, I don't know if this person's still making videos or not, because I didn't look, their name up and find all their videos. But I'm going to share with you a video that I saw on another YouTuber page. Another YouTuber shared one of their videos. And the title itself drew me to the video. I said, let me watch this video, because I didn't know nobody was saying anything about what I'm talking about, months ago. So let me pay attention. So I watched the video, and of course, because I know what I know today, I was able to pull out the truth and separate the truth from the lies. And you guys have probably heard this person before. Y'all probably familiar with this person before. I'm just not. Y'all have probably saw the video before. I just haven't. Okay, so we're gonna do it together as a family, and we're gonna reintroduce this person. Okay, not that I want to give no attention to this person, no clout to this person, or none of that stuff. But we're going to reintroduce this person because this person knew a lot of stuff. And they was telling us a lot of stuff, y'all, but they was just mixing truth with lies. You see, that's why y'all said they wasn't credible and y'all counted them out. But we're going to bring this person back up today, and we're going to talk about it. Right, read between the lies, exactly. Truth be told, we have to read in between the lies. That's exactly what I did when I watched this video. And I found it so interesting to where I wanted to do a whole live on it. I said, I'm going to bring this person back up, so don't get mad at me because I'm bringing a character that y'all probably already, crucified many times. I'm bringing him back up. Okay, we bringing him back up, and we're going to listen to what this person got to say, and we're going to read in between the lies, as Truth Be Told just said. Okay, that's what we're going to do. All right, we're going to pay attention and peep this right here, because this person was telling us a lot in the beginning, but I also think this person was sent to be a distraction and mix up some stuff, because at that point the world was already confused, or this person had some inside knowledge and really didn't know how to tell the story right, and they was just confused. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to pause it. We're going to listen to it, but I'm going to pause it, okay? And I'm going to give y'all my commentary on what the truth and the lies as we go along. So I'm not going to just play the whole video. Y'all can always go back and just watch the whole video, because I can't stand to just sit here and listen to a person keep on lying without interrupting them. I'm sorry. I'm going to interject you every time you keep lying to me. I'm going to stop you right in your tracks. Like, hold on. That's not what he said. Then I tell y'all I got kicked out the church because I did that. That's not what the Bible's saying. Oh, no. I'm going to stop it. I'm going to stop it. So we're going to stop the lies, and we're going to pull out that stuff, and we're going to talk about it, okay? We're going to talk about it. So I'm going to bring out a video from a person that went by the name of, matter of fact, let me pull the video up first. I'm just like you. That's right. I ain't even go ham at the church or nothing. I just pulled the assistant pastor to the side, like, what he shared with, it was the fact that he was selling grace. And I just don't believe in selling grace. I don't care how much money you give a pastor. I cannot get some of your anointing. I cannot pay to get some of your, and that's why I love that scripture, the 10 virgins, because it actually says, go back to that person you was buying your anointing from. Okay, when he come in the end, go back to that person you was buying grace from. So I just merely told that assistant pastor, like, I just don't understand when he asked everybody to sow, and the anointing that's on him with will flow onto us. That's what the word itself supposed to do. That's what the word itself, the oil supposed to go from the top of the head and seep down to the body. It's nowhere in the word where he said you have to sow a seed or pay for grace or anointing. So I wasn't buying that. And I had a one-on-one intellectual conversation with the sister pastor, and I got executed out the church, or whatever you want to call it. So they escorted my black butt right out the church. So don't play with me when it comes to trying to water down the truth or just straight up lying. Don't play with me. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull this video up, and we're gonna look at it. And we're gonna talk about it. And like I said, don't get mad at me just because I'm pulling this person back up, because I don't know the history behind this person. So I don't know if other YouTubers have already called this person out, have called them out, have, decided this person was a lie, whatever. But I'm going to tell you guys exactly why y'all thought this person was a lie, because they did have a lot of lies mixed with truth. Okay. But we need to kind of, now that we know what we know today, well, at least I feel like I know what I know today. Now we can actually go back and listen to some of these people that was so-called confessing, okay? And now we can compare notes. So I thank you, God. Thank you for sending these liars that was playing with us and mixing truth in with they. Thank you. Because now we got something to go off on to compare notes and to get our confirmation, right? All right, so we are going to watch this video, a quick video that a guy named Young Bando did, okay? Young Bando, whoever he is, we're going to talk about you today, Young Bando. Young Bando, I don't know when he came to the scene, but I'm actually sharing Paris. I think her name is Paris 1967. I think that is. So shout out to you, Paris. I'm sharing your video. I actually did a little screen record thing, because I didn't want your stuff popping up and all of that. But at the same time, I got to still give you credit and let you know I stole your video. Okay, so shout out to you. And so we're gonna listen to this Young Bando kid, and we're gonna listen to what he said. Now, the title of this video was called "There Are Two Kanikas." Okay, the title. So this is what made me click on this video, because I don't watch a lot of videos. All right, I just don't. But the fact of the matter is, this person mentioned two Kanikas versus several, a lot, hundreds, thousands. He mentioned two. Okay, and I know it was other people there that was dressed like Kanika, but you guys know y'all should know my theory by now. If y'all rocking with me, I believe that there were two victims that night. Okay, and I'm not talking about what's her name? Eugenia is not a victim. I'm not including her. I'm talking about as far as who I believe was attacked, raped, and I believe one was murdered. I believe the other one was left for dead but made it out alive. You guys know how I feel right now. I mean, about this whole thing. Unless proven otherwise, I'm standing on it. I have to be able to stand in my truth. And I believe that's why the Lord probably chose me, because he knew that when I stand in my truth, I am unmovable. I don't care how many people try to snake their way into my circle. When I stand in my truth, I am unmovable, period. Okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to listen to what this dude have to say, because this dude called out months ago that there was two Kanikas. Now, and when he's talking about two Kanikas, he's talking about two Kanikas that was at that party. Okay, now he's not talking about all the other ones that was dressed like Kanika, but I believe he's telling y'all that there was two victims without actually saying two victims. Okay, now I don't want y'all to get confused by the fact that he believed that the two, because I don't know this to be true, but I'm gonna start it off by telling y'all this because he's gonna dive right into it, and it might confuse some of y'all. Okay. From my understanding, Young Bando believed that there were two, and I spoke to some of my subs, the ones that I emailed behind the scenes. So from my understanding, Young Bando feel that there were two Kanikas, one named Kanika Martin and the other named Kanika Jenkins. Now, I don't know that to be true. Okay, that there were two girls named Kanika, one named Jenkins and one named Martin. So that's not the truth that I want you guys to really focus in on. Okay, so but what I want you guys to pay attention to is he talking about two different girls, okay, who everybody think is Kanika. All right, so just pay attention to that's what he really talking about. Okay, so I don't know if it's a Kanika Martin versus a Kanika Jenkins, but I want y'all to keep in mind that in the beginning, when this case first came out, her name was Kanika Martin when this case first came out. If y'all agree with me, drop me a one, because I'm trying to take my mind back to day one when I first heard this story. When I first heard this story, her name was presented to the public as Kanika Martin. Am I right or wrong? Let me know before I move on. And we later heard Jenkins. Am I right? One of my mods, let me know if I got to get a couple more mods in here. You know, if y'all got it, then let me know. He claimed Illuminati tie. He knows something. He sure knows something. One thing I can say about this guy right here, he knew something. So y'all shouldn't have counted him out. The ones that did, you shouldn't have counted him out that soon. You shouldn't have counted him out. You should have let him finish talking. You should have let him talk because he knew something. He knew something. Okay, Kanika Martin was the name introduced in the media. Okay, everybody believe. Okay, so can we all agree that Kanika Martin was the name that was? And I don't want to hear that Anisha Fowler stuff, girl. You about to go. You about to go. Anybody that say anything about Anisha Fowler, that's the wrong. Y'all on the wrong platform, boo. Y'all on the wrong platform. You know, I might have my day where I might look into her case and I might speak on her, but today's not now. What we doing right over here, we giving justice. I mean, we giving honor to the name Kanika Jenkins. Okay, so we don't want to talk about no Anisha and all that stuff. Not today. We won't. We will not keep taking away from this baby. We will not keep taking away her shine and covering it up with a blanket and calling it something that we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. Not over here. Maybe another day. Now, I don't mind you saying whatever you want to say. State your opinion in here, but please leave that out. Leave that out. Just do me that favor and leave that out. I believe that's two separate cases. Okay. And somebody did come to me with some Anisha Fowler because I didn't know about that. Okay. So, but I believe that is a case on it, a whole separate case. So we might look into that eventually one day. I don't know. But right now we giving Kanika this time. Okay, and we believe everybody over here. I already talked to y'all before we got started. Y'all should already believe that Kanika Jenkins is Kanika Jenkins or Kanika Martin Jenkins. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and yeah, my tab anybody out or remove a comment who hollering Anisha Fowler. Not today, not today. Nope, not today. We're not doing that. Wrong platform. Okay, so we're gonna listen to what this dude got to say, and we are going to stop. And we're going to, talk about it like we do as a family. Okay. Open Minds, let me give you a ranch. I hope y'all don't mind. Let me get Open Minds the ranch real quick. Open Minds is the real one. She been with me since day one. And I'm really just looked at her name and I'm shocked that she never had one. I'm so sorry, Open Minds, because if anybody should have had one, sweetheart, you definitely should have had one over here. Open Minds, you are the truth, girl. And I'm about to get you a ranch real quick. Hold on, y'all know I'm still trying. Every time I come over here, I'll try to figure some stuff out. And it's like the first time. Let me get Open Minds a ranch real quick, because I know Open Minds gonna handle them. Anybody that come over here on some stupid stuff, she gonna handle them. Let me do that real quick before we get started. But we ain't gonna count this dude out. We gonna see what this dude talking about. What he was talking about from the very beginning. These people over here, they should be ashamed of themselves. They should be ashamed of themselves. And I've spent so much time with my God to where honestly, people, I don't care. You know, I did actually take offense, you know, to people coming for me and thumbs down on my video. I don't care. I really don't care no more. Go ahead, do what y'all do. Do what y'all do. I want my haters can gather in a hut in a circle. I don't care. Get together, y'all. I don't care no more. I really don't. And do what y'all got to do. And I'm gonna do what I got to do. Okay, I'm in the control room. It took me a minute to figure this out again. Y'all know I don't go live every day, and when I do, a lot of time I get absent-minded. I get absent. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I just get absent-minded. Like, dang, how did I do that the last? Okay, I've been here. Let me get open minds. Her wrench. And there was another young lady in here. I think her name was Nia, or it started with an N. If you hear, you said that I'm avoiding giving you a ranch, and I'm really not. I just never see you when I'm actually on live. So if you in here, go ahead and make yourself known so I can hook you up. I would think so, famous nobody, but you know, we still got some people that, you know, I don't know. You would think they got good sense. I'm pretty sure, you know, some people probably got college degrees and everything, but common sense ain't common nowadays. I don't care what degree you got. It ain't got nothing to do with common sense. Okay. All right. So I hooked up and mine's up. Let me continue. Let me move on. Get back to where we was at. All right, y'all. Let's get it. If y'all can't hear the video, or if y'all having any trouble seeing it, hearing it, anything, y'all know, just drop me a 2. And I pay attention to the 2s a lot, because I know 2 means something is either wrong or somebody don't agree, and they're gonna come back with a reason, you know. So I really pay attention to the 2s a lot, because that let me know I need to stop in my tracks real quick. Okay, so for me, 2 is like a break, you know. The 1s is the gas, like, yes, Malika, we with you, keep going. You know, when I see a 2, that's like, okay, stop the press. All right, so all right, you can see in here. Okay, let's go. Now we get an error. Not today. Oh Lord, hold on, y'all. Now we get an error.
I'm gonna say this, man. Everybody that's talking shit, man, on my Facebook and take my videos on YouTube. If you don't know what the fuck going on, don't say shit to me, man. Y'all don't know that. Y'all don't even know me, man. Y'all didn't know that girl until she hit the news flash, man. Straight the fuck up. I'm a motherfucking god. What the fuck you thought? Listen.
Okay, he already started off lying by telling y'all he was the God. But thanks to now that we have caption, you see it's a God with a little G. So maybe he is a God with a little G. Okay, but he started off lying. I just had to point that out.
If y'all really want to get down to this shit, man, I don't give a fuck. I'll tell you. The nigga is not dead. I made a song called JFK, which simply states in the song, the nigga marked me. I didn't say nigga Jenkins in that song. The nigga Jenkins sold into prostitution.
I don't know if it's my my end that's staticking, or was that his video that was staticking. But if you guys hear a little static, maybe you should turn your volume down a little bit. I don't know. Let me try to turn my volume down. Oh, I think I turned it all the way on. Hold on. I think he got several info. He got a lot of stuff. He know a lot of stuff, Kenny. We're gonna go ahead and play it. I didn't want you. I ain't want to have it all loud because for some reason on my end it's kind of staticky. You said doggone static. Yeah, it's very staticky. Okay, but we're gonna stop it in between. So if you guys don't know exactly what y'all hearing, I'll help y'all figure it out. I'll help y'all repeat it. I'll repeat it for y'all. Oh shoot, I turned it all. I turned it down too much. Hold on, y'all. Let me get it back up. Okay, let's take it back a notch. Okay, so what he started off telling y'all, the first thing he said was Kanika is not dead. That was the first thing he said. Okay, and then he said, but I made a song called JFK, which talked about keep Kanika. I guess he was gonna say keep Kanika alive or long live Kanika. He's kind of stopped right there. So he just told us that Kanika was alive, but then turned around and say, I made a song called, let's just say, Rest in Peace, Kanika. Okay, so he's telling us that there's one that's alive and there's one that's dead. Okay, and he's telling us that he actually made a song that said long live Kanika or rest in peace Kanika. He kind of cut himself off, so I don't know what his song is about. But he actually first he said Kanika Jenkins is still alive, or Kanika. He didn't say Jenkins. He said Kanika is still alive, and then he turned around and say, I made a song called he said JFK, and which simply was saying either rest in peace or long live Kanika Martin. So he's basically telling us that there are two separate girls. Okay, we're gonna keep listening to him. Okay, he told us Kanika Jenkins. Okay, and I'm gonna say Kanika Jenkins, aka we're gonna say the other, and I'm gonna say aka the other, not out of disrespect, because it could be a Jenkins, but just so we can kind of, not be confused by what he's saying, because I think his whole point was to confuse us. Okay, because if he have any ties to the inside, this dude is not about to just come here, spill all the beans to some strangers, and risk his own life doing so. Do y'all feel me? Okay, so I'm gonna say when he say Kanika Jenkins, we gonna say Kanika Jenkins, the other one. Okay. Now he said the girl that was in the bathroom with Monifa, that's the real Kanika. I don't know how he decide which one is real if both of their names is Kanika. You, according to you, young Bando, both their names is Kanika. Right? So how do you decide which one is the real one? Okay, but he says to us the one in the bathroom, which is the one we all know is not. See, this is the trickery that these people do. They know truth, but they mix it up. Okay, we know the one in the bathroom with Monifa was not the real Kanika. Okay, so he distinguished that person for a reason. He letting you know that person that was in the bathroom was a Kanika or a Kanika look-alike, but he want us all to believe that person in the bathroom with Monifa was the actual real Kanika. Okay, y'all follow me? Drop me a 2. Anytime y'all not follow me, I'll stop, slow down, go back, whatever I got to do, so we all can kind of be on the same accord. Okay. Okay, so now he's talking about Kanika Martin. Now he's saying Kanika Martin, he's saying that the person in the bathroom, her name was Kanika Jenkins. He's saying Kanika Martin, which is the person that we all heard in the beginning, was Kanika Martin, which is Teresa Martin's daughter. He's telling us that Kanika Martin was in town and she's a model and she's a stripper. Now, what I want y'all to do is pay attention and keep in mind the model and the stripper That stood out to me. And we're going to look at some stuff after this. Okay, so keep in mind, he exposed, I think, some truth with telling us that there was a Kanika Martin and there was another lookalike Kanika who is possibly a model or a stripper. Okay, we're going to try to separate the truth from the lies. But right now, he's trying to tell us that Kanika Martin was a stripper and a model. And we do not, by no means, believe that Teresa's daughter. If y'all believe that, that's on y'all. But I don't believe that Kanika Martin, Teresa Martin's daughter, was a model / stripper. But is it possible that the lookalike could have been a model / stripper? Maybe so. Don't count this out yet, because I'm going to show y'all something when we leave here. Okay, so he's saying that Kanika Martin was supposed to go to the movies with her friends, which is the truth, right? We heard that in the very beginning. She was supposed to go to movies with her friends, okay? And he said that she heard about a party on Facebook. Okay, we know that this is not true, because we know that, you know, she already knew her girl was having a party. I'm pretty sure she didn't just hear about the party on Facebook, or she probably did. I don't know. All right, but let's listen to him. Now we know that to not be true. Okay, we know that Kanika Martin, Teresa Martin's daughter, did not, even though she was supposed to go to the movies, we know that she did not get dropped off at the party by her friends. Again, truth mixed with lies. But did the other girl, the one he called Kanika Jenkins, did she hear about the party on Facebook? Did she get dropped off by friends? See what I'm saying? He's telling us two stories, but he's mixing it up. So I'm trying to straighten this clown out for y'all. Okay, so that could be true far as the other one, which I doubt, because she was dressed like Kanika. She was dressed like Kanika. So that was proof right there that it was planned. She did not. Okay, so what this fool want us to believe is that a girl, now we're going to leave the name, put the name to the side. He wants us to believe that a girl heard about a party on Facebook and decided, I'm going to go to this party. Okay, and told her friends, you know what, I want to go to the movies, drop me off at this party. And it just so happened that she was dressed exactly like the other Kanika, and her name was Kanika too. What a coincidence. So she get dropped off at a party dressed like Kanika, and her name is Kanika. Wow, young Bando, you was really on one with this, wasn't you? And I hope ain't no fools really take you literally. That's what he want us to believe. Let's keep listening. So he told us Kanika Martin is dead, which is Teresa's daughter. He's saying, but Kanika Jenkins, which is, we're going to call her the other, the lookalike, is not dead. I'm going to repeat that again. Some truth right here. He told us that Kanika Martin is dead. He told us the other, the lookalike, is not dead. Where have y'all heard that before? Did I not say that Kanika Martin is dead and there was a lookalike that played her who is not dead? So of course, this stood out to me. This made me say, okay, this little few seconds that I watched him, it made me want to, you know, listen to him some more, because this, I felt like he just told some truth right there. He just told us we got one girl, which is Kanika Martin, Teresa Martin's daughter, who died that night. Then he just told us that we got another girl who he called Kanika Jenkins, but we're going to call her the other one because we do not know for sure if her name is Kanika Jenkins. But he basically just told us, you know, Kanika Martin is dead, and there was another Kanika lookalike or the other who's not dead. Y'all follow me? Okay, that's why I said, let's not rule him out too quick. Let's listen to see what he got to say.
Malika Martin was the female that was in the other room with the light blue jean jacket on. Malika Jenkins was the one in the bathroom with the dark.
Okay, so now he's telling us the Kanika Jenkins girl was the girl that was in the bathroom with Monifa with the dark blue jean outfit on. Now Kanika, the one he called Kanika Jenkins that was in the bathroom with Monifa, is the one with the blue jean outfit on. Okay, he want us to believe that that one was the real one, because remember he said the real one was in the bathroom with Monifa. Remember, so he want us to believe that Kanika Jenkins is the real friend of the. I mean, was the real one, quote unquote, real Kanika. Okay. Now he just told us the girl that was walking the hallway is Kanika Martin. So he confirmed that the person that we see walking the hallway, Kanika Martin, with the no hose but distressed jeans, is Kanika Martin. Truth, facts, right? Kanika Martin walking the hallway, no hose but distressed jeans. Okay, he confirmed that. He said he know both of them. Which one though? He said he knew both of them. Then he turned around and said, "I've been knowing Kanika since she was 16 and 17." Which one? Which one? Or I mean, I just thought he should have said, "I've known both Kanikas since they was like 16, 17." But he just saying, "I know I've been knowing her. I've been knowing Kanika." So he's telling us that we got two Kanikas, but a lot of his, you know, when he talk, he's going to just say Kanika instead of Kanikas or both Kanikas. See what I'm saying? So he's really trying to confuse people. Clearly, he's trying to confuse people with the name, but we're going to slowly break his butt down. So now he wants the whole world to feel like they confused. Okay, y'all confused, and he know the facts. He know the story. So what he's trying to do is unconfuse the world by giving them a whole nother load of confusion. See what I'm saying? He's trying to unconfuse, because everybody was probably doing some digging during this time that he was out, okay, and probably putting some stuff out. So he like, look, chill. Y'all are confused. Y'all are irritated. What I'm about to do is unconfuse y'all so I can confuse y'all all over again. Irritated, don't know the truth, trying to seek justice and shit. I made a song called JFK for Kanika Martin, a girl that was really cute in that hotel. Kanika Jenkins was there. She was in the room when the girl Kanika Martin was raped and killed. Okay, now we cannot believe that to be true, because he already started off lying to us. He already started off lying to us by telling us a girl saw a party on Facebook and decided to not go to the movies, but tell her friend to drop her off at this party with a bunch of strangers that she didn't know. And just so happened she was dressed like another girl named Kanika that was there. Too much of a coincidence for us to even believe that. Okay, too much of a coincidence for us to believe that. But so we already know that he's talking about, it's got to be two separate days, because it's nowhere in the world this girl just saw a party on Facebook and said, "Drop me off at that party, and I'm gonna go there dressed like the other girl Kanika there," or she just so happened to show up at the party dressed like the other Kanika there. You see what I'm saying? That don't make no sense at all. Okay, but what he's telling you, pay attention to what he's telling you, is Kanika Martin actually got killed that night. Okay, and it was another lookalike that was there maybe the next day or there to play Kanika, dressed like Kanika, but he's gonna tell you guys that she's not dead without actually telling y'all that. You see what I'm saying? But let's continue to listen to him. I don't want to speak for him. I want y'all to hear him. You know why? Because it was a shock to everybody. When I already said people came to the party that wasn't invited, it wasn't just dudes. They came there, and the girl was already there, Kanika Martin. That's why then nobody put the line. See what I'm saying? He trying to say that the girl Kanika Jenkins just dropped. She just came, just showed up. Okay, she just showed up. She wasn't invited, nothing. She just showed up dressed like Kanika Martin. So we know that that was a total lie. Okay. The camera on that girl. That's why they barely had the camera on her, because they were shocked. They knew, like, damn, this is not her friend, but she looked just like her. So now what I believe he's giving us is which what I told you guys, and I'm gonna use this whole video based off of what I believe, okay, and what I've been pointing out all this time, because I feel like this video aligns with what I've been pointing out all this time, okay. So what he's basically telling us now, he's going to what I believe is the next day, Irene's live. Now what he's telling us is in Irene, the day of Irene's live, which I believe was a reenactment of what they did the night before, to cover up what they did the night before. So now he's telling us the day of Irene's live, a girl showed up looking just like Kanika, and they were shocked. Did y'all catch that? And they were shocked because this girl looked so much like Kanika. Was it the fact that they were shocked, like, man, we can really get away with this because she looked just like Kanika. She dressed just like Kanika was dressed the other day. She got on her jean pants, her jean jacket. We can really get away with this. Listen to him. Listen to what he's telling us. Now he said they let the dude, he just said they let the dudes in the room rape that girl because they did not know her. He can't be talking about Kanika Martin because the girls know Kanika. Oh, I hope y'all following me. If y'all ain't following me, let me know, because this is getting good and I will back it up. So he said now the girls allowed the dudes in the room to rape that girl because they don't really know that girl like that. They don't have no alliance with that girl like that. They don't really have no friendship with that girl like that. So when we see Irene's live, yes, it was a rape that took place in Irene's live, but it was not Kanika Martin, because like I told y'all, Kanika was already dead in the freezer from the night before. So what this guy's telling us, he's spilling the beans. He actually telling us that it was the girl that was raped in in Irene's live. And he's telling us that the girls in the room allowed it to happen because they did not know her. Come on, young bando. Give us this truth. Give us this truth. So did the look-alike get raped in Irene's lab and they allowed it to happen because they don't really mess with her like that? Give us this truth. Come on, young bando. I ain't count you out the first 5 seconds I heard you. I said, this clown knows something. He might look like a clown, but he knows something. Let's get it. Let's get it. So because we know he can't be talking about Kanika Martin, because Kanika Martin know all them girls. Hello? Huh? She know all them girls. We got proof of that. She know all of them girls in that room. Let's listen to him some more. Boom. Let's listen to him some more, y'all. I love when people lie and they give us truth mixed with their lies. Because they basically telling on themselves and telling on everybody involved. Why do you think these girls had no sympathy? Why you think that they was laughing? Why you think that they was going live? He giving y'all all the proof right there because they didn't know. They didn't really know or have no love for the girl that was getting raped that night of the reenactment. I told y'all it was another girl that got raped the night of the reenactment. I told y'all already knew that because y'all eyes was not deceiving y'all. Y'all ears was not deceiving y'all. Y'all already knew it. Y'all just thought that it was Kanika. But hello, y'all just thought it was Kanika because they gave us one story. They gave us one story. So when we watching Irene's live and we listening to the conversation, we believe in, yeah, Kanika got raped in there. She got raped in that room. Guess what? A girl did get raped in that room, but it wasn't Kanika. And young Bando just proving that. He also just gave y'all explanations as to why the girls was going live, why the girls was laughing, because they didn't know that girl like that. Let's get it.
Because they know that's not the real Kanika.
He just told us again. He just told us again. He just told us because they know the girl that got raped in Irene Lab was not the real Kanika. They know that they knew it wasn't the real Kanika. That's why they allowed her to get raped too. And that's probably the reason why Bree said they in there raping her. They stupid or something, and they raping her. And Bree was probably saying they stupid because, like, dang, y'all just did this stuff to the other girl. You know what I'm saying? To our friend. Just yesterday, y'all just did this to our friend. Now y'all stupid. Y'all in there raping her. Y'all in there raping that girl. She never even said Kanika. If that was her friend, she would have said Tyrene, they stupid. They're in there raping Kanika. Anybody with me? Drop me a 1. If y'all not, drop me a 2 and I will back it down. She would have said to Irene, they stupid. They're in there raping Kanika. She never said that. She said they stupid. They're in there raping that girl or they're in there raping her. Okay, and just like he said, because they knew that that wasn't the real Kanika that was in there getting raped the day of Irene's reenactment. Hello, them fools really had enough guts to turn around and rape another girl right after they just did what they did. And the whole setup was to try to cover up what they just did, and yeah, that would have been a real stupid move, wouldn't it? To turn around and rape somebody else that literally came here to help us cover this stuff up. Come on now.
The mother showed no remorse. She know her mother's still, she know her daughter's still alive.
Now, this is where he's trying to confuse us. He said, you know, this is the reason why the mother showed no remorse. What is he talking about? When did the mother not show no remorse? He must be talking about when she saw that body on the gurney. Once again, now let's fast forward. He took us out the party of Irene's live when the other girl got raped, and he went straight to the body. Thank you, young Bando. He went straight to the body on the gurney. He basically let you know that the same girl that got raped in Irene's live is the same body that was on the gurney. And why do you think that the mother didn't have no remorse? Because she knew that that was not her daughter that was on the gurney. Hello, thank you, young Bando, for confirmation. God sent you a long time ago, and you just didn't know. You thought you was just a snake here to slither in the grass. No, the Lord literally allowed you to make a fool out of yourself because he knew I was going to use your story as a testament and I was going to give all glory to him. So thank you. Did he not do that, y'all? He took us from the Irene rape, the Irene lab with that girl being raped, straight to the gurney and saying, why do you think that the mother didn't have no remorse? And he can only be talking about the part when she was actually looking at that body on the gurney because she knew that that was not her daughter. Now he's trying to confuse the world by telling us that her daughter is still alive after he done already told us 3 or 4 times that Kanika Martin is dead. Somebody, are y'all with me? Y'all with me? He just told us that Kanika Martin was dead. I made a song. And notice, I didn't say Kanika Jenkins. I made a song for Kanika Martin because Kanika Martin died that night. Kanika Martin was raped that night. Kanika Martin then turned around and tell us that Teresa's daughter is still alive. Teresa's last name Martin, the last time I checked. So this fool was really, he didn't even get his lie straight that he was going to tell the world. He should have really rehearsed his lie. So that way it could have made a little bit more sense and nobody like me could have took my time and broke your butt down. You should have rehearsed the lie a little bit more, young Bando. Okay? Because you just turned around and told us that Kanika Martin lost her life. Now you're about to tell us that Teresa Martin's daughter is still alive. No, Teresa was looking at a body on a gurney that was still alive. Okay, so we got to like truth be told said, we got to read in between the lies. Let's read in between the lies today. And this is where spiritual discernment kick in. So if people try to figure out why I talk about spiritual discernment, why I'm so spiritual, why I bring spiritual, somebody call my platform a call. Call it what you want to call it. Because we know what God we serve, and we know who over here working. We know who at work over here. But this is the reason why they call it a call, because we use our spiritual discernment. Okay, that's the only way you're going to be able to separate the truth from the lies. The only way. Because he literally sat here and just told us that Kanika Martin lost her life, then turned around and told us that Teresa's daughter is still alive. Y'all hear this? Let me make sure y'all hear this fool. Facts, because the girl on the gurney was alive. They should have all rehearsed them lies, Melissa. All the lies, they should have rehearsed it. They should have rehearsed it.
If you don't know, don't
Now, why would he tell us that Kanika Jenkins, not Martin, right? Okay, he's saying Martin is dead. Why would he tell us that Kanika Jenkins is smart as I don't know what? Is it because Kanika Jenkins decided to play along and keep her mouth closed? She decided to play dead while she was on that gun. She decided to play. Why did he feel the need to this? Her intelligence have nothing to do with the case at hand. Why did he feel the need to say and hit that cigarette like Kanika Jenkins smart? Why did he feel the need to do that? To even say that? Because evidently him and his posse must feel like Kanika Jenkins played her role and she was smart because she made it out that hotel alive when she could have made it out that hotel dead on the stretcher. Why did he just call that girl smart? Let's make it make sense. Let's make it make sense.
They sacrificed that girl that came to that party.
You can't sit here and say nothing he said is true because we done said a few things that was true. And if you don't believe what he said, what he's saying is true, then I guess you don't believe the stuff that I'm pulling out and I'm separating. I'm telling you what's true. So I don't understand why why you here. You want to just listen or hang in the bushes, do that. But I'm telling you right now, this man had a lot of truth mixed with lies. And I came months after, or way after this dude right here came, and I did my own research, my own investigation, and I came and told y'all it was two Kanikas that got hurt that night. But I just didn't call the other girl Kanika. I said a Kanika look-alike. But other than that, we pretty much saying the same thing. He just mixing up his stories to confuse the world. And this is the reason why you don't today feel like he credible, because he literally came here mixing up the story. But I'm trying to unscramble it for you if you give me some time. I'm trying to unscramble it for you.
Why you think that the girls that said Kanika was supposed to go to the movies with us, but instead we took her to a party? They didn't say Kanika Jenkins, they said Kanika. There's two different Kanikas, Kanika Jenkins and Kanika Martin. Kanika Martin is the girl that was found in the fridge that went through the hallways that was actually right in the room. They didn't know that girl. She just...
Now, so he's lying to us. He's lying to us. He's saying Kanika Martin is the one that was actually raped in the room, and they saying she is the girl in the freezer. He's saying that they didn't know that girl. They didn't know that girl. Well, we know that Kanika Martin is Teresa's Martin daughter. And we know that the girls do not only know Kanika Martin, but we got plenty of videos where they spent the night with Kanika Martin, Teresa Martin's daughter. We got plenty of proof that they got statuses going back to 2012, 13, pictures going back from when they was 13 years old. So see what I'm saying? The person that they raped in that room, he just told us that they did not know her. The person they raped in that room is the person that's in the freezer. Okay, and that is the girl that they do not know. But he's using that person and he's trying to make it one story and tell y'all that that's Kanika Martin. That's not Kanika Martin, because Kanika Martin, the girls do know her. They knew her very well. And she didn't just get dropped off at the party. That is the other girl. So basically what he's doing is he mixing up the two girls. He wants you guys to believe that Kanika Jenkins is the one he called Kanika Jenkins, the one that was in the bathroom with Monifa. He wants you guys to believe, he wanted the whole world to believe that that person is the real friend of everybody. He wants us to believe that Kanika Martin, nobody knew. Okay. And he wants us to believe that she was raped in the room, thrown into the freezer. Nobody cared because nobody knew her. Do y'all see what I'm saying? He's mixing up truth and lies. He is probably, like somebody said, he is proof that people have been doing this from the very beginning. I wanted to show y'all this video too, because I wanted y'all to actually see how people mix up truth and lies, and they throw out this big deception and people bite it because they hearing a little truth. So they consider that the whole story might be true. That's the whole point of mixing the truth and lie. Trust and believe, if this guy knew these people personally, he will not share the real deal to a whole world of strangers. Okay. He probably wanted some clout, and that's why he gave y'all a little truth, but yet instead he mixing up the truth and lies. Okay. So the person that was raped in the room, We're gonna pull it out and make it make sense. The person that was raped in a room, the girls didn't really know like that. Okay, and that is the person that was thrown in the freezer. Okay, forget the fact that he just called her Kanika Martin, and he's trying to say that they don't know Kanika Martin. We already know that that's false. Okay, but the girl that was raped in a room, the girls that all we heard. Remember, we all heard her being raped in the room. We all felt. Our spirit told us that somebody was being raped, either in that room, next door, on live while Irene was watching it. We know that somebody was being raped in the room of the day of Irene's live. Okay, but we know that we believe that they did not really know that girl like that, or they don't mess with that girl like that. And I actually believe that that is the girl that we see in the freezer. Okay, so he mixing up stuff, but he's also giving us a lot though. And he's confirming to us a lot of stuff that I've been putting out.
Everybody got a look-alike. Whether you like it or not, everybody in this world got a look-alike.
Facts. Then we just have a discussion where I just showed you guys how everybody have a look-alike. Facts. Somebody, whoever just told me that he everything he said is a lie, you a lie. Facts. Everybody in this world have a look-alike. We just did a whole, and this was another reason why I felt like this is confirmation. I need to keep watching this video. Okay, because I just did a YouTube live. In the beginning of my 8-hour live, we did a little piece where I read to you guys an article by NBC News stating that everybody have a look-alike in this world. Okay, you might not know where that person is at. You might not know where that person live at. But and I did this. I discussed that with y'all way before I seen this video. So he basically was confirming. He's confirming what we already did study and know to be true.
You might not know where that person is. They can be overseas, but you got somebody in this world look just like you. So before you bash me and shit, man, know your facts, man. Know your facts, man.
See, I don't even think it's Young Bando or whatever his name is that everybody hating. I think it's the truth that they hating, because I done already, before I even started this video, I done already said the boy is a liar. He got some truth in his lies. I done already said that. So if people even come on here bashing me or bashing him, they only doing it because they don't want the truth out. Period. Go ahead and mute them, erase them, block them, do whatever y'all got to do, because evidently they trying to stop the truth from getting out. I'm not giving no credit to this dude. I ain't tell nobody to go sub to this dude. I ain't holding this dude up high. I ain't putting this dude on no pedestal. I'm not exalting this dude. What I'm doing is we pulling out the truth from the lies.
I'm not hiding. I'm not ducking ass for nobody. Y'all just don't know the truth. That girl was sold to prostitution.
Now, he said that girl was sold to prostitution. So he must be talking about the Kanika Jenkins / the other / the lookalike was sold into prostitution, because he have already told us that Kanika Martin was dead. Now he's going to talk about the other girl, the lookalike, the one we've been looking for, trying to find her, looking all in the neighborhoods, trying to compare this lookalike, the girl in the bathroom, Monifa. We've been looking for her. Now he's telling her this girl was sold into prostitution. Finish listening to him.
When young females at 19 want to sell their bodies to make more money, guess what? They change their identifications. When underage females go to clubs, how do you think they are able to get in the club at the age of 21 and up to be able to strip and make money?
Now, I don't know what his point of telling us this is, but I really believe what he's trying to tell us is the girl that we've been looking for, searching high and low, that lookalike Kanika, basically was sold into prostitution and changed her identity. That's what it sounds like he basically telling us. Right, y'all? It's not like he's telling us that lookalike that we've been looking for, the one that I call Victoria. He's basically telling us that, or I've called Victoria, but we know that she's a lookalike. You know, some of y'all call her a male. You might call her Kendra. I don't know. We just know it was a lookalike. He's basically telling us that that person was sold into prostitution and changed her identification, changed her ID, changed her name. So we got a little something out of this right here, because he went straight left field with this right here. But it was the reason why he said she changed her identification.
They gotta use an ID of a person that looks just like them. Why you think the girl that was found in the freezer
Now he was talking about the girl that was sold off into prostitution. She changed her ID. Now he's going back to, he said, why you think the girl that was found in the freezer didn't have no ID? Why do you think she didn't have no ID?
Identification or no phone, no nothing. Because it was took inside of the.
Now, and this kind of explains something for me, because I know that, you know, as far as the story, as far as the statements and things like that, that Kanika Martin, her phone was taken like in the very beginning. They claimed they wanted to use it for for music or for the speaker or whatever the case may be. This person right here is telling us the girl that was found in the freezer, they took her phone in the room when they was getting ready to rape her. Okay, now he's talking about the lookalike, not Martin. He's basically telling us about the lookalike, how they took her phone in the room and they took her stuff in the room because they was getting ready to rape her. When they raped that girl, they took her phone. See, going back to the girl in the bathroom. So the girl in the bathroom is the girl that he's really talking about. And I'm telling y'all, the girl in the bathroom is the one he's talking about. This is the one that was raped the day of Irene Live. If you notice, if you watch the footage clearly, you do not see her leaving the Crown Plaza. We see the other lookalikes leave, but we don't see her. We don't see that particular girl leaving the Crown Plaza. Okay, that night. So he's basically telling us, besides leaving on a stretcher, from what I saw. Okay, he's basically telling us what happened with her. She was raped on Irene's Live or during the time of Irene's Live, and they took her phone. That's the girl that was in a bathroom with Monifa. And he just mixed two scenes up. See what I'm saying? So that's why I said when listening to him, I didn't know if somebody actually, and it do sound like somebody actually told him something, but they might have lied to him, or he might just didn't comprehend everything right that they told him, and he mixed up everything, or he's deliberately trying to confuse everybody. Okay, but now he's going straight to the scene where we see Kanika Martin, where I told y'all all along that was the original party with Tynum. And Tenacious said, I'm gonna get that drink to that girl over there. Remember, I told y'all in one of my videos, I said, I think this is the real party right here, y'all. Now he's saying, now he took our minds to that party with Kanika Martin in that party. Okay, and Tenacious saying, I'm getting ready to get his drink over here to that girl. Nah, he's talking about who is that girl over there. So that was not even the same girl that was the girl in the bathroom with Monifa. He wants you guys to believe that, but it's not. And he's talking about we stupid and we blind. No, either you stupid and blind, or you deliberately trying to confuse everybody. You trying to give us that image that the girl in the bathroom and the girl who they said I'm gonna take that drink over there to is the same person, in which is not. Because the way his stories even ran together, you could tell he was trying to get us to see one picture. Okay, but we looking at two different girls. So he said y'all got the real Kanika on live, which he called the Kanika Jenkins, the girl in the bathroom with Mo. He calling her the real Kanika. Okay, the deception. He's calling a person in the bathroom with Monifa the real Kanika. So he said, why y'all ain't got the other girl on live? Kanika Martin. Okay, the one that was there with, but y'all got the real Kanika. See what I'm saying? Do y'all feel? I hope y'all feeling me. I hope y'all paying attention. Y'all feeling me. He just told it. So he basically just told us there was two different Kanikas. He just told us that the girl that was in the room when Tenacious said I'm about to get his drink to this girl over there, he's saying that is not the real Kanika, because y'all ain't even call her by her name. Y'all call her that girl over there. And he's trying to tell us that the girl in the bathroom with Monifa is the real Kanika. Why y'all have her on live, but y'all to have the other girl on live? You see what I'm saying? So he basically just told us those are two different people, like we should already know. But he's trying to get us to believe that the one that was in a bathroom with Monifa, Kanika Jenkins is the real one. And it's mighty crazy to me that they end up going from changing her name to Kanika Martin, to Kanika Jenkins, to Kanika Martin Jenkins. I'm trying to show y'all where they've been lying and they've been trying to deceive. She started off Kanika Martin, then went to Kanika Jenkins, then went to Kanika Martin Jenkins. Am I the only one that caught that? How they didn't change the girl, publicly changed the girl name 3 times? Am I the only one that caught that? So not only Young Bando, but the people that's behind the scenes was trying to get us to believe that there was just one real Kanika. One real Kanika, and actually they was trying to get us believe it was just one Kanika. Well, he's trying to get us to see that there's actually 2, but he's not telling us that the real one is the one that was in that party with Tanisha. He's trying to make us believe that the real one is the one that was in the bathroom with Monifa. So like I told you guys, he's giving us a lot of truth, but he's mixing it with a lot of lies. And we have to be able to literally sit here and logically think about what's coming out this bird brain's mouth, Big Bird's mouth, and separate this stuff. That's all I'm here to do today.
The camera on the other girl in the room, it looked like Kanika, but you only have a close-up on her because they knew the truth. You had 2 Kanikas in that room. Kanika Jenkins was there the whole time. She watched the Kanika Martin get raped and killed.
Now, I would have actually, if I believe that to be true, I would have probably said, wow, maybe there is some truth to it. Maybe both girls was actually there and attacked and killed that same night. But the fact that he already started off with a lie and say the one girl just got dropped off with, because she seen the party on Facebook and she just got dropped off, didn't know these girls. The girls ain't got no friendship with her and she just so happened to be dressed like the other Kanika. He already was deemed a liar in my book. You see what I'm saying? But like I said, something told me to just keep on listening in and help me to distinguish the truth from the lies. Okay? Now he's talking about a person that got beaten and that got drowned.
She tried to fight. They killed her. They put her in the bag and dragged her to the fucking freezer.
Now you telling us this person, was beat. She was raped. They drowned her in the pool. They put her in a bag and they drug her to the freezer. Now, which person is he telling us about? Which story is he telling us? This is what happened to Kanika Martin or Kanika Jenkins? Which one? Because this to me could be either or. And I'm not gonna argue with the fact that he said that, she was beaten, she was raped, she was thrown into the pool. This all can very much be true. He can actually be telling us the truth right here, y'all. And he can actually think that nobody is gonna really deem this as truth because he just sit up there and mixed a whole bunch of lies together. So he can actually be telling us right now what happened to one of them girls that night. I just wanted to point that out. So don't just totally rule that out because we don't know. All we know is Kanika Martin was at a party. Kanika Martin was beaten and raped. Kanika Martin was trying to find her way out that hotel. Kanika Martin was bombarded by some guys. Kanika Martin somehow made it outside that hotel in a car or a van or something, and something happened to her. And we know the following day, something happened to another girl. So which story is he giving us right here? Of the person being dragged in a bag, of the person being thrown into the pool? Is he giving us a story of Kanika Martin or the Kanika Jenkins? Because now we know that there was 2 attacks. Whether y'all want to believe it or not, we know there was 2 attacks. So I'm not completely ruling this out as fake. This right here make me want to look at, some stuff even deeper and try to see if he was actually on point with that right there.
Y'all what they want y'all to see.
and you telling us what you want us to hear.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not hiding from no motherfucking body. I'm not putting names on shit. None of that.
See what I'm saying? He wants justice for Kanika, and he don't have to hide because of the simple fact that he's not telling us the real deal. So somebody could have brought this fool along and told and gave him authority to come on YouTube and lie, but just don't use their names. Okay, because I feel like personally, anybody that truly wants justice for Kanika and was looking at the video and was, investigating the case, I feel like they wouldn't have a problem with saying Mike, Ty Roland, Teffy. Like, I never had a problem with using none of them niggas' names. Excuse my French, but I'm just being honest. So when you have somebody that come up here and they claim that they know everything and they want to confess, but yet they never give you names, that's because they're sent here from the ops. They're sent here by the ops. That's the reason why they can tell y'all all the stuff they can tell y'all, but they never mention their names. Now, I'm not going to say their names. I ain't going to call out, nobody's name. I'm just going to tell y'all a little story. And I'm going to call y'all stupid along the way to intimidate y'all into believing that y'all know nothing and I know everything. Now he's saying, just know that the other girl is still alive. He about to go ahead and end it. I just want you to know that the other girl is still alive. The lookalike, the other person I told y'all was attacked that night, I just want y'all to know that person is still alive. She was sold into prostitution or whatever, or she's still alive.
That's true. I know the girl personally.
Okay, that's the end of that. That's true. I know the girl personally. That girl, she's still alive. I'm telling y'all right now. But Kanika Martin is dead. See what he was doing, y'all? Mixing truth and lies. Show y'all something else. Okay, so what did we discover? What did we learn from listening to Young Bando? We learned there was two girls. Now I'm talking about we're going to, as far as the truth, we're going to pull out the truth. Forget all the other crazy stuff he was talking about. We know that there was two girls. Okay. We know that one got raped, according to him. And we know that she died. She got beaten and she died that night. We know that another one who looks like Kanika, dressed like Kanika, is still alive. Possibly she was sold into prostitution. Possibly she changed her identification or whatever reason why he felt to say that. Okay. But we know that there was two. And it was two that was dressed identical to where he said that the friends even saw her and they was shocked, like, wow, she really do look like Kanika. Like, we can really get away with this. Like, I'm not talking about just far as the face, but what she showed up in to help with the reenactment and the cover up. She really do look like Kanika. We could probably pass for it. We could probably get away with this. Throw her in some Snapchats. She probably done said some stuff where she's like, yeah, you kind of do sound like Kanika a little bit. But we could probably really get away with this. So he basically confirmed that it was two girls involved. He just called one Kanika Jenkins and the other one Kanika Martin. I was calling one Kanika Martin and the other one Victoria. Do y'all see what I'm saying? Do y'all see what I'm saying? I look for confirmation, even in some of these fools. Even in some of these fools. Now, one thing that stood out to me, I'm about to pull up some pictures for y'all. One thing that stood out to me, he told us in the very beginning that one of these girls, the one he called Kanika, he called her Kanika Martin, but I believe it was the one he actually called Kanika Jenkins. But we're going to say the other. What he basically told us in the very beginning was the other girl was a model / stripper, right? Y'all remember that? He said it right in the beginning. The other girl was a model / stripper. He said to us, the other girl was a model / stripper. So, just being somebody that kind of know the world, that, that life, that world from her past life, okay? The world of stripping, that's a whole different world. That's a whole different. Remember, I told y'all we dealing with groups. Remember, I told y'all we dealing with groups behind the scenes. So we dealing with gang groups. We dealing with another group that probably, work for the hotel, and we dealing now. This opened the door. Now I'm looking at a group of strippers. Hello, were we also deceived by groups of strippers? Was it groups of strippers that came into the scene to confuse us? Let's look at some of these strippers that we've seen in the beginning of this KJ case. I don't know this person right here. I actually don't even, I seen one of her videos. I know y'all was talking about her when I first started doing videos. Her name was either August or something. I know y'all was talking about her, but I never really watched a lot of her videos. I just watched one of her videos. I know that she was Team Chosen. I also told you guys that Zach brought in 3 guys. Okay, I also showed you guys that. Now I got this picture from, I think Straight Drop took this picture, but I got it off Google. I think I seen Straight Drop name on there or his video or something. I don't know. But shout out to you, Straight Drop. I got this picture from Google, as y'all can see. But so did Zach bring in some strippers? Did these strippers know the girl, the lookalike, who Young Bando just told us was a model / stripper? If y'all not with me and y'all want me to rewind this and take it back a couple notches, let me know. Let me know. Because now we're about to open up another group, and this group is called the group of strippers. Was there some group of strippers involved in this? Deceiving us all along? Let's take a look and see. Let's take a look and see. Was there some group of strippers that was involved in the beginning? Because Young Bando got me believing that it was a group of strippers. He got me believing that lookalike could have possibly been a stripper. And she might have had some friends. Or Zach might have brought in some friends who was also strippers to come and steer the narrative. Upon doing my research, I found out the girl Keela Brown, who was in the very beginning speaking out, I find out that the girl Keela Brown is also a stripper. She's also a stripper. Okay. Now I'm going off based off of what Young Bando said. Young Bando said that the one girl, the lookalike, the other was a stripper / model. Young Bando tell us that one of the girls was a stripper / model. So I begin to say, well, I know if she was a stripper, that's a whole nother group we looking at. That's a whole nother world. So I need to see, was there any strippers that might have stepped forth that came to YouTube to be a distraction. So I got to looking. And what do you know? I found 2 well-known voices on YouTube of girls that were strippers. Is it possible that these strippers knew that girl that was also there and attacked that night? Jesus, but made it out alive? Is it possible that these strippers know that stripper? Hello. I'm trying to, Siobhan. I'm trying to. Hello. We looking at a whole nother group, y'all. A whole nother group. We might got some strippers that got YouTube pages pretending to be somebody that they not. I knew we had gang members that had YouTube pages pretending to be somebody they not. But now we might have some strippers with some fake YouTube pages pretending to be somebody they not. Because now we opened up another door, a whole new world of strippers. And we didn't just find one, we found a couple that was very versatile and speaking on this case. Not just one, two. I would love to ask these strippers. I'm not judging you. I don't care about your profession. I don't care about what it is you're doing. Because I know there's a lot of people, y'all was just, ruling them. Y'all like they strippers. They don't know nothing, yada, yada, yada. I want to know from these strippers. Who do y'all know? Who sent y'all? Who sent y'all? That's what I want to know. Who sent these strippers? Who sent them? Who sent these strippers? Who sent them? Who sent these strippers? Who sent them? The other girl that was attacked that night from Young Bando was a stripper slash model. And here it is, we see one of these girls that was used to speak out in the very beginning was a stripper slash model, and she was sent by the same person, which we see in the picture with Zach, by the same person that the other distractions was sent from, Zach. So, Zach had a close relationship with these strippers. Did he know the other girl that was attacked? And got some more strippers that probably knew her and to speak out on her? Yeah, we're going to call these girls out. We're going to call them out today. We're going to call Keela Brown out today. We're going to call August out today. Not because y'all are strippers, but because evidently y'all knew something, or y'all know something, or y'all knew somebody. And that's why we shine the light on y'all today. Period. That's why we shine the light on y'all today. So if y'all wanted to, if y'all pray for, y'all wanted to know who this person was, why this person was sent by Zach, and she probably knew the other girl that was attacked that night, because the other girl, quote unquote, was a stripper as well. Let's get it. All we trying to do is make it make sense. That's it. That's all. And they helping us. They helping us. They've been helping us all along. They are, thank y'all. They've been helping us make it make sense. Because I wouldn't even been able to really go down this road had not Keela introduced herself to the world and August introduced herself to the world. I would have been like, oh, okay, well, this is just a rumor. You know, Young Bando say she was a stripper. The other girl's a stripper. Who knows? He said Kanika Martin, but we all know that wasn't true, right? You know, I believe that the things he was saying about Kanika Martin was actually the stuff about the other girl. Stuff about the other girl was actually Kanika Martin. He switched the roles. He switched. You see what I'm saying? That's what he did to confuse everybody. But so if one of the girls was a stripper, we would have been able to just end it right there. Like, oh, okay, well, you know. But the fact that I was able to locate strippers that spoke out on this case in the very beginning, made me believe that we're dealing with a whole nother group or gang strippers. Hello. So when I tell you guys, there's a lot of deception out here. It's a lot of people out here who not who they say they are. We have a lot of people on YouTube with fake pages and fake profiles because of the fact they are hiding something. Okay, they are very much involved in one group or the other. They either friends with the gang members, or they probably was brought in from the circle of Zach. Zach probably had his homeboys and some strippers he knew. Or the strippers probably, spoke out because they knew the girl that was hurt. And then because they knew Zach and had permission to do so. Or whatever you might want to call it. Here go the connection right here. Here's the connection right here. I just want y'all to peep that, okay? Just peep that out. We see her in the picture with Zach. So we can definitely believe that Zach brought her here. We can believe that Zach brought her. Zach told her to come and speak out. But the fact of the matter is, they all could have known this. Both girls, Akila and August, could have known the girl that was attacked that night because they all strippers. They're all strippers. And so why is this case so confusing? Let me break this down for you. You dealing with gang members. You dealing with strippers. You dealing with illegal immigrants at the hotel. You dealing with an owner who do all kind of evil deeds at that hotel, and let all kind of evil deeds happen at that hotel. You dealing with a whole nother group of people that wanted to cover up and alter footage for that hotel. You dealing with another gang called the police. I done named like 7 gangs that we up against. Hello. When I tell y'all it's a spiritual warfare going on, it's a spiritual warfare going on. We dealing with about 7 gangs that we up against. And when I tell y'all a lot of these people are spread it across YouTube, making up lies, they making up lies. Trust and believe that. They making up lies. Okay, we did like 7 different gangs Matter of fact, let's count this out again. One, we dealing with gang. Okay. And I'm talking about the gangs, vice lords, and some of the GDs that was there, the girls, and we hear them in the background, Tanisha and her friends. So we dealing with the gangs. That's one group. We dealing with strippers. That's two groups. We dealing with illegal immigrants working at the hotel that was probably involved in was smoking with the girls, prostituting with the girl, all the other stuff. Three. We dealing with a gang, the owners and the managers, the management hotel that wanted this stuff cover up. Four. We dealing with the people, Chicago Tribune, the people that's covering up for the hotel. 5 gangs, and we don't know how many of them it is. We just on ones we know is Cassandra Van Treek, but we doing some digging and we doing some research, and I guarantee y'all I'm getting ready to find that other person that's working with Cassandra. Matter of fact, I think I already found that person. I'm getting ready to connect them to. And my people, some people I'm working with behind the scenes, they already know what I'm talking about. I'm getting ready to connect these two people. And I'm getting ready to put this person on blast and show y'all who this person really is. Okay, but that's 5. We dealing with another gang, which is the police, So we dealing with 6, 7 different gangs, y'all. We up against. Okay, so when the Lord said this is the spiritual warfare in a battle, He meant it. He meant it. All right, we got to knock down 6 different gangs, different walls, okay? We got to kill 7 different giants, all right? So don't bet no chance believe, oh no, there's no way possible all these people can really be on here trying to yes, it is. We dealing with 6, 7 different gangs. Yes, it is. We can, if you even had one person working out of each set on YouTube and had a channel from each set on YouTube, that's enough to distract the whole world and keep them distracted. You only have to have one person out of each set of these people to speak out and make themselves known. And what happened? Keela went viral quick. When people have been working this case and they have been providing proof, they didn't go viral as quick as Keela. August went viral quick. I think August even got more popular than Chosen. Didn't she? Because I remember it was an argument about that. I seen a video and she was saying I was only sent because Chola or some stuff, like she was really crying or whatever. But so what I'm trying to tell y'all, it could be one person from each of these groups that assigns someone to come here and set up shop on YouTube to be a distraction. And they can put some stuff out and it go viral. And they can keep people in a trance. You see what I'm saying? We dealing with 6 or 7 different groups of people who don't want the truth to come out. Hello. Y'all still with me? Y'all still with me? Okay, I hope y'all still with me. I'm getting ready to nail another YouTuber though. I'm getting ready. If I can get this connection right here, because I've already been digging. We've already been digging on this YouTuber. I'm getting ready to nail the heck out this YouTuber. If I can connect this YouTuber with Cassandra, which we really close, because we already got your background, buddy. We already know what college you done been to. We already know what you done specialized in. I hope you listening. We are ahead of you. We already know. And all we trying to do is make that one connection that will destroy your ass. And trust and believe I'm all for destroying you. Trust and believe that. I'm all for destroying you. Truth be told, message me. I'm all for destroying you. And I bet you won't do another debunker day in your life. Your whole channel gonna come down once I compare that right there. The whole channel coming down, buddy. How about that? How about that? Okay, so I want to tell you guys, yeah, I do think that we have a group of strippers. I do believe we have some strippers involved. Why did these strippers even get involved? Why did they even get involved from the beginning? At first, I believe, like, I had said that when I first came out, because people thought I was Keela. I said when I first came out, like, no, I don't think that girl even knew what she was talking about. It just seemed like she really didn't know what she was talking about. But once I began to look at, and I actually began to work this case and I started seeing all the distractions, the intentional distractions, I started to ask myself, well, hold on. You always need one person to kind of carry the bone and to kind of hype stuff up a little bit. What if Keela was the bone carrier? What if she was the one to kind of get it popping on social media, get it popping on YouTube? What if she was like the first distraction that came to YouTube? I had that thought. But once I researched everything, I found out that she was a stripper. And after listening to Young Bando talk about the other girl that was there that night, dressed like Kanika, was a stripper, I said, I wonder if there's any way that them two knew each other, or if them two was connected. Then I thought about another stripper girl who was loud and outspoken, and everybody knew her, and she was a big name on YouTube. And I said, well, dang, we got two more strippers. You see what I'm saying? So we looking at y'all. When I tell y'all, it's possible that we looking at a whole nother group of people, which are strippers. And like I said, I'm not battering you because of what you did. I don't care about that. If I take you down, it's gonna be because I feel like you have something to do with Kanika's death or what happened that night. That's the only reason. I don't care about your profession or what you do. I'm not here to judge that. But if I fire some shots at you, it's only because I feel like you're guilty. Period. All right, I'm gonna read what y'all saying. Like I told you guys, I didn't have much. I just wanted to go over that Young Bando video with y'all, point out some stuff that he told, and I believe that was actually true. I believe he did give us some knowledge, and he opened up another door to the strippers, because I had no idea. Nobody even said that the other lookalike girl or the girl was a stripper / model. Many people had called Kanika. They said she was tricking that night. They called her a prostitute. Nobody called her a stripper. Nobody called her a stripper. Think about it, y'all. Think about it, y'all. So I don't think that he was really feeding us a lot of lies. I think that he was feeding us truth mixed with lies, hoping that people would just get so lost and so confused that they really just wouldn't know what the hell to believe. Because there's certain people on YouTube that's giving us different stories and giving us all kind of lies to where the world just don't know what to believe. And the whole point is to make y'all give up on Kanika. Don't give up on Kanika. Don't give up on Kanika. These people are liars, and the truth is not in them. All these people are liars. Don't give up on Kanika. They wanted y'all to give up on Kanika months ago, and they probably surprised that we still in a fight for her, and new people coming out making videos. Shout out to me. Shout out to Chaos. Shout out to all the new people that stepped out, even after all this stuff should have been dead, down, and dead. Shout out to the people that came out and said, you know what, let me take a look at this. Because of y'all that love her, because of me that love her, her name would never die. Nah, her name would never die. Now y'all eat that, and y'all will keep getting exposed, messing with me. Hear what y'all got to say in the chat room. What's up, Shovel Gang? Happy Friday. Happy Friday, everybody. And I hope everybody is safe. You know, I've covered you guys in prayer. I didn't get a chance to really get on. So I'm, like I told you guys, I got a lot of stuff going on. And, you know, my daughter's senior year, so I'm really giving her a lot of attention, a lot, you know, just looking at colleges. And we just picked out her class ring yesterday. So I really, you know, trying to give my family a lot of attention and stuff. So, and I got this project I'm working on behind the scenes. So I got a lot of people coming to the house, helping do some construction, do some work with the building and the house. So I have a lot of stuff going on. So, but when I tell y'all, every so often, I do get y'all emails and I do read them and I do reply to them. But if I can't reply to them, I'm still lifting y'all up in prayer. I'm still thinking about y'all. I still love y'all. I'm just really trying to find that balance. You know what I'm saying? So my family won't feel neglected. So I won't feel like I'm neglecting Kanika, you know, or y'all. So I'm just trying to find that balance, okay? But when I do come on, y'all better believe I'm gonna give y'all something good. Okay, I ain't coming on here to play with y'all minds. That's not me. There is footage of a white girl, blonde hair, that entered and left with two other black girls. She might have been a stripper too, Melanie. Now we know we looking at some strippers. But, you know, I know what footage you're talking about, but I would love to identify that person, you know, so maybe I can look at the black girls, because I think I know a lot of them now. I studied this footage enough. I've looked at all their friends on Facebook. Like I told you, we had a Truth Seekers group. We was bringing a lot of stuff into that group back in the day. You know, we was looking at a lot of different people who I kind of like walked away from now, but now I'm getting ready to go back to a lot of the information that we put out, you know, in the very beginning. But we could have been looking at strippers now. I don't know. Yes, Malika, come through. She said too much. That seemed so true. And this was before anyone. Yes, Brooke. See, and I got. You know what? I'm gonna go back and watch some of her old videos. Her and Keela or whatever her name. I'm gonna go back and watch both of their videos now. You know, now that I kind of feel that they knew something. You know, I'm gonna go back and watch their videos. But like I said, their whole motive could have been to steer people from the truth. Okay, because like I said, we know that that August girl was brought in by Chosen, but I believe she was all, you know, behind the scenes brought in by Zach, because the same person that brought Chosen in, you know, was Zach too. So, you know, and I don't really like speaking on him because he's not here to defend himself. If I want him to defend himself, or if he wanted to defend himself, he's not here to defend himself, you know. But hey, we got to just really call it how we see it, you know, period. They said from the beginning that the girl was a model actress. Which one, Kay? Which girl? Exactly, because they knew too much to not have been there, or they had to know someone who was at the party. Yeah, from my understanding, y'all got to confirm this for me, because like I said, I'm kind of late getting the news, but wasn't it mentioned that Keela Brown boyfriend, or wasn't it mentioned her boyfriend was from Chicago, or her boyfriend was a Chicago gangbanger or something? Somebody confirm that for me, because I don't know. Keela Brown was a stripper from Minnesota. She knew a lot in 4 days. Yes, she did. Ready? Yes, she did. So either she was contacted by some stripper friends, or you know what I'm saying, like something. But the fact of the matter is that these strippers knew something and spoke, you know, I don't know. I don't know Keela's connection yet. But I do feel like we know August's connection. You know what I'm saying? We do have her. We know that Zach was her connection. I think Straight Drop Ben had called it out when he put the picture of them two together. But as far as Keela's connection, I don't know. That's why I want to know if her boyfriend, from my understanding, was a guy from Chicago, a gangbanger. So let me know if that's true, you guys. I don't know, because if that's so, then that could be her connection. Love you, mishandling it. Isn't Azaria a stripper too? I don't know. That's a good question. Y'all help us out with, is Azaria a stripper too? Oh, yo, are we looking at a whole other group of strippers? Is Azaria a stripper too? I don't know. I really don't know. Whenever I see Azaria going live, if I'm on Facebook or because she following me on Facebook, so we Facebook friends. So, you know, I might get the notification that she went live, but she's always in her bedroom. So, you know, is she a stripper? I don't know. I really don't know. If she is, it's probably something she kind of keeping, you know, a low profile about. I don't know. I definitely have some more digging to do, y'all. This is just really a little intro. Y'all, I got some more digging to do. Azaria, a stripper as well. Wow. See, I didn't know that. And prostitutes. Okay. Let Azaria tell her she's everything. I know you can't really take her. But you know what? If it wouldn't be, it don't take a college degree to be a stripper. All it takes is the person that's money hungry. And I know that. All it takes is the person that's money hungry. You money hungry, you will do it. So it don't take a college degree to be a stripper. So that girl, I mean, you can literally be bipolar, schizophrenic, and have cigarette burn marks on your butt. All it takes is for you to be money hungry and thirsty to be a stripper. That's it. So I don't care if y'all say that girl is schizophrenic, that girl is, so what? She still could be a stripper, a schizophrenic stripper. Okay, she probably be out there like, here, take your money back. No, I keep it. No, you take it. No, I keep it. She probably a bipolar ass stripper. It still don't mean she ain't a stripper. So I don't know. That's something that we have to actually look into. I don't want to put that title over her if that's not who she is. You know what I'm saying? But that's definitely something I would like to look into. I would like to first message her and just ask her myself and see if it's true, you know. And if she say, yeah, I'm like, let me see some pictures. Prove to me you a stripper, girl. you know. But I would like to kind of see that for myself. And if I have some proof that Azaria was a stripper, then I'm gonna feel like she was a part of the strippers club distraction crew. I'm gonna put her in there too, but I gotta get proof of that first. And we gotta try to make the connection between Keela. Okay, because I know people have said she was from Minnesota, but I don't know that. I don't know that because just because the person have, you can have whatever you from on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? Just because you have that location on Facebook, that don't mean that's where you are. Y'all get what I'm saying? So do we know that to be true? Come on now, y'all. Do we know that to be true that she's actually from Minnesota? Or are we just basing that off of her Facebook profile? Because if she was set up to come out here and speak on the case and just make some noise, just be a noisemaker, she could have changed her profile and played it off like she wasn't in Chicago or from Chicago. And if she is from Minnesota, okay, fine. Who is her connection to these people? Because I remember even watching Keela in the very beginning, and y'all know in the beginning I did feel like she didn't really know too much, but now I'm thinking it could have been a distraction. But I remember at one point she ended up saying like, y'all, do y'all remember when she said she saw a tape of them killing Kanika? Drop me a one if y'all remember that, because I could be wrong. But I think I remember Keela actually saying she saw a tape of them killing Kanika, of what they did to that girl. Do y'all remember? If anybody else heard Keela say that, drop me a one. We family over here. Y'all better get along. Y'all better get along. Let me sprinkle some love in this chat room. Let me sprinkle some love in this chat room because y'all better get along. Oh, Rob is supposed to be from Minnesota. Come on, y'all. Y'all better make it make sense. Rob is from Minnesota. Make it makes. I love my people. I love y'all. I love y'all. Make it make sense. Not there you go, right there. That could be a connection right there. Rob and Keela. Rob could have brought Keela in. I'm telling y'all, I think Zach was the foundation of these people. Okay, I'm telling y'all, he was the foundation of these people. All right, so what we need to really look at is Keela actually from Minnesota or is she from Chicago? If she is from Minnesota, well, hell, her connection could be Rob. Come on, y'all. I love y'all. I love y'all. Give me some kisses. Look, let's blow some hearts in here. Let's share love. We're gonna spread love on this channel because we all here for Kanika. Let's spread love. Love you, Shavai. We're gonna spread some love in here. From Chicago, but own a house in Minnesota. So we got a Chicago resident, and we got a Chicago residency, and we got a Minnesota one. I got to do some digging, y'all. I got some digging to do. I'm gonna end this live on that note. I'm gonna spread some more love. I'm gonna let y'all know how much I love y'all. We're gonna lift Kanika name up. But before I speak on this any further, because they might know that we on to them, I got some digging to do. And for all my truth seekers, help me do some digging and send me some stuff. Y'all know who y'all are. Help send me some stuff. Let's make it make. Let's put this stuff together and put these people to shame. Because guess what? Every dog gonna have his day. Every dog gonna have his day. I never thought that I was gonna have to speak on Keela because I thought Keela was irrelevant. I didn't think I was gonna have to speak on August because I thought August was irrelevant. But guess what, y'all? Every dog gonna have his day. Yes. Over here, Malika's platform, they will. Because the Lord said they're gonna have a day. He said they're gonna have a day. Everybody involved, they're gonna have a day. Spread love. She currently live in Las Vegas. Which one, Joanna, currently live in Las Vegas? I heard Monifa currently live in Atlanta. That don't mean she wasn't involved. They better get out, especially if they did something or said something wrong, or if they fear for their life, they better leave. They better run. If they, because you don't trust these people. I wouldn't trust these people. If I did you a favor and I did exactly what you asked me to do, and then I noticed that people dropping dead and all kind of stuff around this case, I'll run too. I wouldn't trust you either. I'd be like, you know what? I'm about to get the hell away. I don't trust them either. I did everything they asked me to do, and I still don't trust them. Keita lives in Vegas. Okay. Well, that's see, she's a stripper. Sometimes stripper takes you, you go where the wind take you. Zach and Rob was real cool, so both of them could be the connection. J Money, I'm willing to bet that is the connection. Like I said, I'm about to dig and I'm about to connect. I'm really willing to bet that is the connection between Keela and August. I'm telling you, it's Zach and Rob. I'm willing to bet that is the connection, especially how somebody just opened my eyes to the fact of Minnesota. I'm willing to bet that's the connection. I'm willing to bet that. And if they probably all did scatter and run and leave. Good. They should have. They should have. I don't want nothing bad to happen to any of these girls. I love my sisters. Period. So yeah, run far, run fast, get away, go to a safe haven. Matter of fact, change your life, give it to Christ. And then you ain't really got to worry because you're gonna be covered in the blood, drenched, soaking wet. So you should run. Should run. Malika, when you get a chance, read my comments. My name is the same and my real name on Facebook. Okay, what comment? You emailed me or should I stroll up some more? Keela Brown also is the one who got a phone call with some guy talking about what happened to Kanika. Yeah, let me know, y'all. Do y'all remember in the beginning that she said that she saw a video of Kanika? She's like, that's so bold what they did to that girl. I saw the video. Do y'all remember hearing her say that? Or am I tripping? I could be tripping. But I do think I remember her saying that in the beginning. Okay, I'm about to drop my email in here for you now. These people are liars. They have been lying since the very beginning. Okay, they have been a distraction since the very beginning. Like I told you guys, we're dealing with more than just one group. Okay, a lot of people think that I'm just really focused on the gangs because I spoke on the gangs. I identified the gang members. I told y'all how they walked into the Crown Plaza as gangs. But no, I'm not just focused on the gangs. I know that we was dealing with many groups, but I took my time. I took my time with everything. That's the only thing. But I knew that we was dealing with different groups. Okay, but just to think that we possibly dealing with a group of strippers, now that's new to me. Okay, y'all saw that? Okay. All right, so I know I ain't tripping. All right, so she actually said she saw something. So I believe that these girls really did know more than what they put out there. And I believe a lot of stuff they put out there was to distract us. You know, my whole point of doing this whole live today is because of my title, to keep y'all awake. You know, because like I told you, I can't be on here as much as a lot of these other YouTubers. I just can't. But I want y'all to stay in faith. Stay in faith. Keep the faith and understand that Kanika still to this day have haters. Okay? The truth will always be hated on amongst the enemy. Okay? And we will, and I want y'all also to pay attention to the fact that it has been lies and deceptions floating around YouTube since the very beginning. I called these people gatekeepers. But now we identifying the gatekeepers. Now they identifying themselves. They throwing themselves under the bus. Okay, but they've been around since the very beginning, y'all. And I actually think we made connections. Just by talking on YouTube, we made connections. But we got to do some more digging to actually, confirm it. That's exactly what I'm going to do. And I'm going to ask you guys to help me out with that. Keela was in Vegas at the time of her videos. Okay. Joanna, I thought she was in Minnesota at the time of her videos. Because I remember she was saying she was in Minnesota at the time of her videos. So I really don't know what to believe about that. Augusta lives out there, LA, which isn't but 3 hours from Vegas. Is it possible, Joanna, that they all worked together at one point? That they all knew each other and worked together? Or if they didn't know each other, they all knew Zach? Okay, is it possible they all knew Zach? Because think about it. Zach knows Azaria. Zach knows August. Zach knows, state is from Minnesota. I'm not from Minnesota, but Zach knows Keela. Rob from Minnesota. Is it possible that this is a circle of people that know each other? Come on now. Is it possible that we dealing with a circle of people that knew each other and that possibly knew the girl that was injured that night or attacked that night, but made it out alive? Is it possible that she got ghosted just as well as the other ones? Let young Bando tell it. She changed her identification, changed her name, sold up prostitution. I don't know. But is it possible that they knew that girl, or Zach knew that girl and asked them girls to help out? Do you see what I'm saying? Is it possible that we looking at a whole nother cover up, a whole nother gang of strippers? He's definitely the key, Open Minds. He's definitely the key. He's definitely the key to all of these people. Okay, to all the distractions that came out in the very beginning, he's definitely the key. Okay, because we know that, and if I can recall, help me out with this, y'all. Help me out with this. Like I said, I wasn't around as much. A lot of y'all was around in the very beginning. I left the case when it just got crazy. I stepped away, and I didn't, tune into everybody. So, is it possible that Keela boyfriend? Because I believe I heard that Keela boyfriend was in Chicago. He was a Chicago gang member. I don't know. Is it possible that he knew Zach? Him and Zach was cool. Come on now. Or him and Rob was cool. Come on now. This is a circle of people that know each other, y'all. When did Straight Crew become your mods? I don't even know all Straight Drop mods. I don't know all his mods to say which ones. I know Joanna is Straight Drop mod. Who else on here is Straight Drop mod? Only one I know is Joanna. And I chose Joanna as my mod because I know Joanna looks out for Straight Drop as far as keeping the distractions away, as far as representing Kanika. One thing that I really like about, and I'm going to give her her props, I like about Joanna is the fact that she represents the mess out of Kanika. And I love that. I loved how Joanna, when I used to watch her on Straight Drop, that's the only one that I know that I got from Straight Drop channel. When she was on there, hanging out in my chat room one day, I said, oh, hey, Joanna. I like the fact that she dropped them hearts. I like the fact that, she support the person, platform who she's my. So it was things about Joanna that really stood out to me. And that's the reason why I made her my mind. And I knew that she was from Straight Drop channel, but the other people, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if Open Minds was one of his subs. I don't know if Kimberly is one of his subs. mods. I don't know if Kanisha is one of his mods. I just did that because, like I said, certain people, stand out to me. And I choose people based on their heart and their spirit. If my spirit lead me to make them a mod, I just make them a mod. I mean, that don't dictate nothing, really. It just really helped me focus on getting the truth out there. Because I know that if I can have some trusted people in position, I know that they can kind of kill the distractions and keep these people away while I stay focused on what I'm trying to do behind the scenes. So other than that, I don't look at nobody like they better than anybody else. I mean, so please, and that's the reason why I didn't want to have mods in the very beginning, because I didn't want nobody to come over here and feel like, certain people was better than them because they have a ranch. That's nothing but a ranch. We are all children of God. We are all anointed. We are all in his favor if we choose to be. So I'm not trying to, lift certain people up or whatever. It's just certain people. I just felt that they can do it, that they will have my back. So why I do what I had to do? Like I said, I'd rather work on the things in the spirit. I'd rather look at the spiritual things, the spiritual side, and work on the spirit. Because when it comes to like getting in my flesh, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. So I don't want to really deal with the things of the natural or be in my flesh, none of that stuff. So before I can even cuss somebody out that said something to piss me off in the chat room, I'd rather just know that I got somebody that got my back and getting them up out of there. I just seen a few people that got erased, or their messages got erased, or they got timed out. I didn't even get a chance to see what they wrote. And I thank my moms for that, because I don't want to see what they wrote. If it was anything disrespectful, I'm thankful that they own it, because really I don't want to be, distracted while I'm trying to get some stuff out. So that's the only reason. But I don't know who all over here is Straight Drop mods. I'm pretty sure he don't mind sharing them with me, because we both in the same fight. So that's that. And if he had a problem with it, he know how to message me and say, let my people go. but this ain't slavery. So we must focus on the hotel editors of those tapes, the FBI security. We want to blame strippers and gangs. Sweetheart, you don't know what I'm doing behind the scenes. You don't know what I'm doing behind the scenes, Kay. You have no idea what I'm doing behind the scenes. You don't know what connections I'm making. And for you to even say that we should even be looking at them, then you probably one of them, and you can poof, be gone. Like right now, you could be gone. Bye. Or go hang in the bushes. If you don't believe, if you don't ride with me, why are you here? Because I didn't go looking for you. I didn't send for you. I didn't. I really did. I'm looking at everybody. I'm just not overlooking the strippers and the gangs like you and your people would choose to do, or some other people. I'm not overlooking none of them because I ain't afraid of them. A lot of y'all didn't even want to speak on them because y'all was afraid. I ain't afraid of nobody. So I will speak on whoever I want to speak on over here. And I am looking, it's so much information out there about the hotel and the hotel owner. Hell, I can just pull out a video and just let it play. I could pull out one of Beach Beauty videos and just let it. I could pull out one of Ice Spice videos and just let it play. And I'm pretty sure we'll see what involvement they had. But far as making connections and connecting dots, that's just what I do. Period. You can go. You can just dismiss yourself. I didn't send for you. You came on your own. When I'm trying to, and matter of fact, evidently that person was not listening. You either wasn't listening or you just jumped in. Drop me a one, whoever, just for the people that's paying attention. Drop me a one if y'all heard me say that we dealing with 6 or 7 groups of people. I said, drop me a one if anybody paying attention. Y'all just heard me say that we dealing with about 6 or 7 different groups of demons. Drop me a one if y'all didn't miss that. Because evidently somebody just came in out of nowhere and they missed that. They really missed that. And I guess they mad at me because I won't repeat other YouTubers and go down the same route they were. I don't follow. I'm not a follower. I'm a leader. God have literally birthed me to be a leader. I don't know why, but that's what he did. So I'm not going to just follow other people. Okay, I'm going down my own direction. I'm taking my own journey, and I've just told everybody that it's about 6 or 7 different groups of demons that we dealing with. And I just said that we could be having I said if even one person out these different groups set up shop and made a channel on YouTube, they can literally keep distractions going. I'm trying to help you out, K-Dubs. Your butt don't be confused and looking stupid and spreading false lies. I was trying to help you out. You should be thanking me, not trying to come against me. I'm not overlooking nobody. The problem is y'all want me to overlook the gangs and the strippers. No, I'm not overlooking nobody. Okay, thank you. So everybody here heard me. Everybody else heard me. Okay. Everybody else heard me say that there was groups. We dealing with about 6, 7 groups. And I'm hoping that was like a really awakening to everybody to let y'all know that we're not just dealing with a gang. We're not just dealing with a stripper. We're not just dealing with a hotel. We're not just dealing with a police. I'm telling y'all, these are gangs of people, groups of people that we're dealing with. So yeah, it does seem like it's us against the world. It do seem like it's so many distractions out there. It do look like it's a lot of people that hate Kanika and coming against her, because it is. And it's not really just Kanika. It's really the situation at hand. And then when you realize you're not just dealing with a person, but a group of people, now you might can understand and accept the fact that these people out here spreading lies, trying to cover up the truth. So I'm just trying to help you out. I'm just trying to help you out. So that way when y'all hear all these distractions and when y'all see, because I know a YouTuber right now who put out a whack, lame, lying video. Nutcase, I call her Nutcase Nancy. Nutcase Nancy. Nutcase Nancy. She ain't no dang on Nancy Drew. Nutcase Nancy got a video out. And I know her personally because she was actually on my Truth Seekers team in the beginning. And somebody dropped me a little bird and told me, you got, Malika, you got somebody in your group right now who just in your group to spy and see what you got. And so I knew from that conversation right there, it was like either my spirit told me who they was talking about. I had a feeling that they was talking about this particular person. So I observed this person without this person even knowing I was observing them. And they kept bringing me lies. They kept bringing me distractions. So I dismantled that whole group because I had too much information in there. I had too many people in there who was really kind of stepping out on faith, and didn't want, themselves to be exposed like that, by helping me out with this case. So I had to literally hurry up and dismantle the whole group. But I knew all along that person was a distraction. I knew that person was sent back. That person is not who they say they are. I knew that. Did I think that person gonna make a YouTube channel and start spreading lies? No, I didn't. But now I'm like, wow. So now I'm really trying to figure out who this person really is. Because when I asked you back in the day to join me on the live platform, I said I wanted to bring all my truth seekers on one live, and we do an open discussion. This person was never around for the open discussion. So I don't even know if she even a white lady like she told me she was. Okay? Because we never heard her voice. We did the conference call with the truth seekers. This person disappeared. Okay? So when I tell you guys, not only this person right here, I'm pretty sure it's a lot more. Okay? But people are setting up channels and they are lying about who they are, all so they can keep spreading lies. Period. That's the whole point, so they can keep spreading lies and covering up this baby case. And yes, I called it a case. Get mad if you want to, because that's what it is to me. And that's what it's going to always be. So yeah, I knew about her. I just didn't think she was going to go as far as creating a channel to spread her lies. I didn't know she was going to go that far. Especially knowing that I know who you are for real. You think I won't bring you down? Keep spreading those lies and you up next. Trust and believe that. You up next. I had to bust somebody who was in your live and went into another YouTuber's live and was being fake. I bet not see her in here. Yeah, Kanisha. And email me and let me know. So I can look out for it too, because you don't know who I might be emailing or talking to behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying? So let me know who that fake person is so I can just really end her whole little relationship with me, if we even have one. Why they so mad at me? You know how many people speaking on Kanika? It's so many people out here speaking on Kanika. Why they so mad at me? I don't get it. I really don't get it. I mean, I could see if it was August that jumped in here and started going ham on me. Like, oh, okay, then me and you, August, can go back and forth because I did just speak your name. I did just show your face. So, yeah, we can go back and forth all day. But these people have no relevance to the content, right? Or to what I'm discussing, right? So why are you so mad? Why are you so mad? Is it because that you're not who you say you are? Is it because you got a little fake profile picture up and you're not who you say you are? Why are you so mad? I've showed myself plenty of times on YouTube. I'm not going to keep doing it. I've showed myself in my Facebook groups. People know who I am, period. But these people, watch these people, y'all. Watch them. And ask yourself, why they so mad at Malika? I ain't doing what no other YouTuber hadn't done before. I'm just speaking on Kanika's case. That's it. Calling it how I see it. Calling it how I see it. But they so mad at me, though. Why is that? I don't care where all these people is spread it all over now. I do believe these people were connected in the very beginning. I really do. I really do. And now just to even, have that that feeling or the information about strippers, possibly being involved with the distractions, it just makes me want to look into some more stuff. And I know somebody got mad at me because I want to look at some strippers now. Yeah, I am. Yeah, I am. I looked at the hotel. I looked at the footage. I'm just not gonna sit here and stare at footage that I feel like the stuff that we really need to see was removed. But there's plenty of people that's doing that. Excuse me, y'all. And I'm not taking away from what they doing, but certain people is good at people. Certain people are just good at what they do, and you have to kind of just just do what you good at doing. I'm not gonna pretend to be an expert when it comes to video analyzing and chopping up edits, and that's not my area. I'm not good at that. Y'all trying to make me do some stuff that I'm just not good at. That's not what I do. I barely know how to work a Google dang on Hangouts. So how the hell am I supposed to sit there and try to unravel some stuff? I cannot do that. But you have YouTubers that God have put in position, and that is their calling. That is what they good for. And so you go over there and you watch that from there. When you come to me, you get something totally different, because I work and I do what I'm good at, what I'm skilled, and that's really getting in the spirit and looking at stuff. So I'm good at what I do. They good at what they do. But everybody is not fit to do everybody's type of work. I cannot do what Chaos Scepter do. Period. I could not sit up there and set up a whole business on my YouTube like Straight Drop did. I wouldn't even know where to start. So everybody you can only do you. Just do you. I am doing Malika. I'm doing what I know how to do. I'm street. I'm hood. I didn't go to college. I didn't take computer technology. Do you see what I'm saying? So I'm doing what I know how to do. So if my calling is to look at the streets, I'm going to look at the streets. So maybe God wanted me to come out and point that out so they don't get looked over and unnoticed. And so now if you want to, you can put what I've said and what I've pointed out and I've showed you as far as the gangs and the strippers. You can align that to what Chaos is showing you with that awesome job that she know how to do, because I can't do what she do. You can go over to somebody else's channel who might be an expert at audio. Go to their channel, get the I don't know how to do all of that stuff. So you're not going to get all that stuff from me. I know how to just do what I know how to do, period. And evidently it's some relevance to who I am and what I'm doing, or else God wouldn't favor me the way he do. And everybody would hate me the way they do. Anytime somebody hating y'all know y'all doing something right. Y'all know y'all doing something right. She said Zach her bro, then she did a live and she cleaned up Maya throw up. You talking about Azaria. They not speaking the truth. No, they not. No, they not. There's so many lies out here they putting out there, y'all. They mixing up another story. Remember I told y'all we already had two different incidents, one story. They doing the same thing now. Now we have two different stories, Kanika's story and Anisha's story, and they mixing it. Y'all, they doing it again. Drop me a one if y'all got what I just said. They doing it again with this whole Anisha Fowler and Kanika. This is what the Lord wants y'all to see. They taking stories and they combining them. Jesus, I hope y'all see me. Oh, can y'all see me? They can't see me. They can't see me. They can't see me in the spirit. They can't see me. They doing the same thing all over again. It's what they did in the very beginning. They took two stories and combined it into one. What is they doing with Anisha and Kanika? Taking two different stories, combining it into one. Boom, we seen it all up. Y'all, all it's doing is just repeating itself. It's just repeating itself. And now I think all the gatekeepers that we had in the very beginning, I think they kind of calmed down for a while because Rob pretty much had control over the situation. But then all these other new YouTubers got commissioned to come out here and do their job, they work. And people start feeling threatened. Now all of a sudden, Teresa Martin, created a group when she just had a gag order. Please pay attention to Pete. Now all of a sudden, all these people want to confess. And I'm talking about real people that was actually there. Remember, in the groups, we got the what is their names? The Wilson brothers, they was in a group confessing. Dion Harderick want to come out and speak on it with P. Rico. Remember, these people wasn't doing all of that. The pressure, y'all. The The pressure, busting pipes. Keep talking. I'm sitting in the background listening. Keep talking. It's the pressure, y'all, that's busting them pipes. Malika, you and Drop get this heat because I believe we close into finding the truth. We real close, Joanna. We real close. Joanna, I had already told, I said, girl, we ain't on a bus, we in it. We inside of it. They can't even take a dunk without seeing my face. Okay. Hey, Red Bull. Hey, Red Bull. Now she got a girlfriend. She was a stripper just like Azaria. She had a boyfriend in the beginning. Because you are getting closer to the truth. Sure is. Sure is, J Money. Yeah, I Spy is excellent decoding pixels. Yeah, stuff like that. Stuff like that, like decoding pixels. Y'all would have to, I would give them their props for what they do. I don't know how to do that. You know, that's why I don't do that, because I'm not good at that. But I give I Spy her props for doing that. And when I get to the point to where I need something decoded, I will look at one of her video. I will go to other YouTubers. Because I'm not even gonna try to present y'all some stuff and act like I know what I'm talking about. Because I don't. When it comes to that stuff right there, that's they feel, not mine. Now, if I somebody want to come to me and talk about the street, okay, so what do you think about this, Malika? Then we could chat, and I could probably tell a little something about that right there. But other than that, she good at what she do, I'm good at what I do, and I don't even try to pretend to know how to do what she do. So, Chaos videos. I told Chaos one time, I said, your videos scare the light out of me. It's just beginning with the music. But if you sit there and you get past that music, she gonna blow your mind. And with her work, she gonna blow your mind. Zach was there that night. I don't argue that, Ellen. I don't argue that at all. I love the fact, Malika, that you started this case from the streets and Drop started inside, and I put y'all work together and it makes sense to me. That's all you got to do, Joanna. That's all you got to do, because we did start from two opposite ends. You know what I'm saying? And if y'all can kind of remember or go back to some of his old videos and stuff and get some information, you know, that he pointed out and some things that he showed you, you can pretty much paint a whole picture off of every, you know, off of not just me and him, but other YouTubers too that have done this and have presented some facts to y'all. We can pretty much paint a whole picture. I really just think I came in with kind of, this is the way I see it. And it's just me. I kind of see it like a huge layer of cake, like layers of a cake, you know, like a wedding cake. I kind of see it like, you know, Straight Drop got his layer, you know, Rebel got his layer on top of that. Another YouTuber, you know, 54 Keys got her layer, whatever. Then you have somebody that came along with a icing. Then you got somebody else that came along, you know, with the decoration. Me, I'm just the cherry on top. I'm just a little strawberry on top of the cake. You know, I'm really just a small piece that's adding to what all these YouTubers then did for several months. I just brought the strawberry to the top of the cake. Okay, so you know, I like I said, if we kind of look at everything, we can pretty much paint our own picture. All right, so no, I'm not gonna bring y'all every single thing, because if y'all want me to sit there and you know, I don't even know I don't know the first place to start when it comes to trying to decode something. I don't know the first place to start. I don't know how to do it. I don't know what software to look for. I don't know none of that stuff. That's just not who I am. And I'm smart enough to figure it out. I probably just don't have enough time to sit there and figure it out. If I did, I'll figure it out. But that's just not who I am. So it's just that. But yeah, I get what you're saying, Joanna. I definitely agree with that. Let me slam down somewhere. We all know that food is involved. We all know that. We all know that. Just so you know, Lily Anisha, what is that? Lily Anisha, as of the past Monday, says, Rob, Lord, have mercy. He throwing everybody under the bus. We all was there. Let him tell it. Everybody. That's right, Siobhan. Pressure bust pipes, and that's all we've been doing was applying pressure. That's all we've been doing, and now everybody want to speak out. New groups have been created. New pictures of people have surfaced. Remember back in the day, they told us the person that was in the casket was, I forgot her name, Antoinette, right, or Antonio. I forgot the lady name, but the person that was supposed to be in the casket was supposed to be a 40-year-old woman. But now they got a 20-something-year-old woman, like a young lady picture floating around. I told Straight Drop this when I first saw it. I just want to give him a heads up. I said, you know what? I see some stuff in the Facebook groups. I don't know if he was in there or not. And I said it's a picture going around, and it's of a younger girl and the girl in the casket. And I'm like, and people had questioned this in the Facebook group, and the person that dropped it in there, she wouldn't respond. She wouldn't answer no questions or whatever. And I said, Straight Drop, it's gonna make its way to YouTube. I'm telling you now, they get because hadn't heard it on YouTube. I just saw it in the Facebook group, so I was giving him a heads up, like it's gonna make its way to YouTube. And lo and behold, it made its way to YouTube. Okay, so now we got new pictures surfacing, we got new confessions surfacing. Come on now. Come on now, pressure's busting pipes. It's driving them crazy, so they have to come out and start talking. I hope so. I want it to drive them crazy. Chosen said that Keela has a girlfriend. We don't know that for sure, do we? No, I don't. I don't know. I don't know anything about her, but I'm getting ready to start looking and doing some more digging and trying to find a strong connection to present to everybody. I really don't believe Azaria is or Zach was her god brother. Girl, ain't no telling. Ain't no telling with that right there. Oh yeah, most definitely 54 Keys cold with it. I normally give her props, and so yeah, I normally give her props. Most definitely. If I forgot to say her name, then I think she know how I feel about her. She's definitely bad. That's why I want her to keep fighting and keep doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want her to stop. I want her to keep going because she's bold with it. And 54 Keys don't care about and we need some people that's bold with it, who don't care about calling nobody out. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not worried. I'm gonna call this stuff out. And she's definitely one of them where Zaria is pregnant and her fiance, and has a fiance, so she said. She probably is because you know what? Remember, y'all, we talking about last year. Okay, we talk about a case that came out last year. A lot of people have moved forward from this case. They probably really believe that it will always be a mystery because even after they threw their distractions out there, the world bit it and the world started throwing distractions on top of that distraction. So they probably felt like they was clear. They was free from, from being crucified from the world, like the world condemning them or something. They probably feel like they was free from it. They was able to move on with their life. Some probably moved out from wherever they was at or away from certain people that they knew because it might have been dangerous. They probably didn't trust the situation, but it's been a whole year. You know what I'm saying? So we got to understand that too. But in the beginning, where were they? In the beginning, who sent them? You see what I'm saying? I love you and your spirit, sweet harmony. Yes, everyone got their own style to add to this. Yes, most definitely, Joanna. The truth will hurt, but it will set you free. This is from the Grip Nerd and Rihanna. Oh wow, I heard that one. It is a circle of snakes. It's multiple circle of snakes, Alan. Multiple circles of snakes. I would try to make a laugh and shout you out, Malika, but it was skipping at the end. But go check it out. Okay, J Money. I sure will. And thanks for the shout out. Good looking out. Most definitely. The truth do hurt. The truth do hurt. But you know what? It is what it is. I've actually had to accept that, that because it was it's still such it's still so much out there that we just still have not figured out or still have not understood. So I've tried, I'm trying to keep an open mind too. I don't want nobody to think that I'm just, bullheaded. And no, I'm trying to keep an open mind too. And I tell myself, like, even if it's something that I don't want to hear or don't want to believe, And the truth hurt. I have to suck it up. You know what I'm saying? Because this was not my lifestyle. This was her lifestyle. These was the people that she hung around, and the people that you know what I'm saying. So I try not to really allow that to really mess with me emotionally. You know what I'm saying? Like I told y'all now, when I first came into this thing, I apologize to a lot of people that I offended because I came into this thing with my heart. Okay, at some point I was told I had to get out my heart and I had to use my head. Okay, because you cannot fight the enemy using your heart. He can care less about your feelings. When I first came out, all them emotional videos I did and crying and stuff, the enemy was laughing at me, y'all. He was laughing. He was getting a kick out of that. He thought he had me down to my knees. He thought he had me at my weakest. So he was laughing. You cannot fight the enemy with your heart. You have to fight him using your head. You have to fight him with your knowledge, your wisdom, understanding. You have to fight him with what you know. Even if you don't know, you got to tell him, no, I know. No, thus says the Lord. Even, you know what I'm saying? You have to fight him with faith. You cannot fight him from an emotional place. So now I try to really let stuff like that get to me. Not even what these YouTubers got to say. I don't like Malika. So what? I don't like you either. Peace. Me and you would never meet. We'll never meet. So as far as how you feel about me is irrelevant. That's your business. How you feel about me, that's between you and your subs. Have nothing to do with me. Okay? Because I can care less. So I'm using my head when it comes to this fight right now. And I set my heart to the side. Okay, y'all know how I feel about Kanika. Kanika know how I feel about Kanika. God knows how I feel about Kanika. But I'm fighting this thing with my head, not my heart. And that's why they gonna be mad and really trying to attack and bring me down, because they thinking I'm weak. They thought I was weak. But they should know by now. You got a real fight on your hands. I'm not weak. I think it's called Lemon by Nerd and okay, I'm gonna look that up, Kimberly. I haven't heard it. I don't even listen to the radio. I'll be having my gospel music playing in my car and bumping it. Lies and deception are bondages, but the truth definitely will set you free. Yes, Kimberly, we were in bondage, and we were spiritually in bondage, y'all, because like this case really broke us down. It really had our spirits broken. Okay, and y'all know the worst hurt that you could feel is your spirit feeling broken. Your spirit, that's the worst pain you can feel. Okay, I know I've never felt a feeling like I was cast away from a church home that I actually loved and was with for a long time. Like for me, before this whole Kanika thing, for me, that was the worst pain I had felt. So I know firsthand that the worst pain you can feel is a feeling like your spirit had been broken. You know what I'm saying? If you guys know what I'm talking about, let me know. It's one thing when you feel like your heart is broken, that's painful. But if you ever been in a situation where you feel like your spirit is broken, oh man, that's an undescribable pain right there, y'all. For real. That's an undescribable pain right there. And I've had that pain. I felt that pain before. And I know a lot of us, we couldn't rest. We found answers for Kanika because our spirits was broken. The one who found the body is the one who handed over the flash drive video files. That's a huge red flag. I didn't know that. That's a huge red flag. Because he knew it was there all along. He ain't just walking find that body like that. He knew it was there all along. I definitely believe that they played some kind of part, but what I gotta still look into. I think that's gonna be we traveling down a journey. We going somewhere, and that's definitely something that we're gonna look into and point out. Because like I told y'all, I think it's just more than one group. I think it's like 6 groups, that's involved. And so we definitely gonna have to knock out all these groups and call them out and call out the lies and deceptions and the cover-ups. But it's not nothing that somebody like me can just come and do within a matter of months, especially if I wanted to take my time with it because of my level of understanding. So I wanted to take my time with everything, looking into it, and I'm glad I did, because I don't think I overlooked even the little guy. Didn't get overlooked over here. The way we are physically, we have to use spiritually. Bold is love. Exactly, Kimberly. I'm glad you feel me on that. Betrayal is the worst pain. Yes, it is, sweet harmony. Yes, it is. Malik, I have never heard of no stripper being there training. Yes, me neither, Red Bull. Me neither. I'm not even saying that these people was there. I'm just saying these people was a part of the cover. I mean, not part of the cover up, but a part of the distraction. And why was they distracting it? Why, and the whole thing about the whole point of my videos is really calling out the distractions. So I'm not saying that August was there or Keela was there. I don't know if they was there. If I felt like they was there, I would have did a video like, they was there, or identifying some suspects that was there that we didn't talk about. You know what I'm saying? But they were definitely a part of the deception and distraction that came out in the very beginning. And why? Because they was connected to somebody who brought them in, or possibly connected to that other girl that got hurt that night. You see what I'm saying? I'm just really pointing out the connection, but I know I don't have any proof they was there whatsoever. So let me make that clear. I'm glad you brought that up. Never feel sickness like when I first heard about this case. Just so, yeah, Gator, Gator. I think that was the first time I actually felt the worst pain after me getting kicked out the church and stuff. That right there, like I said, first it was that pain right there was the worst pain I ever felt, and then it was this case right here. And then I think the pain with me didn't stop. It continued. It continued to grow even worse. It was even worse once I started seeing people playing with this case. You know what I'm saying? So it was like not only was we hurt because of what happened to Kanika, and we trying to deal with that, but now we, it's like they keep on beating us, and hurting us even more with lying and dragging her name through the mud and making up all these stories about her and trying to cover up her case. For me, like, we still going through it. It's been over a year and we still going through it. So these people, they don't care about our souls. They don't care about our spirit. They don't care about our emotions. They don't care about none of that stuff. This is a game to them. Or they couldn't even possibly been paid to do this. I don't know, but they're wrong. They're wrong. You feel like your voice is being ignored? I'm sorry, Melanie. Let me go up there and see what you said. I'll be strolling comments. I'm so sorry, sweetheart. I'm not ignoring you at all. Let me go up there and see what you said. You said, I see you said Shatika Crump. Let me see what you said before that. Oh, my stomach growling. Let me see what you said before that. He sure did, Vanessa. Handpicked his warriors. He sure did. Chosen said the key. Okay, I read that. Okay, Melanie, write me something and let me know, because I'm strolling up and I don't really see nothing that you said, but I'm not ignoring you at all, honey. Okay, I'm not ignoring you at all. Just let me know what you want me to address, and I will. I love you, Melanie. I love all of y'all. Honestly, I do. So don't ever think that I'm just trying to turn away from, I'm not even that kind of person. Even if I don't agree with what you said, I'll still address it. You still have a voice here, sweetheart. Satan have a layers of evil. That's exactly what we're looking at, Alan. We're not just looking at one group. I'm sorry that I've spent so much time identifying these people, because there was a lot of people at the party that need to be identified. Okay. And I believe that they were a part, they set her up. So of course I'm gonna spend more time looking into this. And for me, I wanted to not just see these people on footage, but I wanted to be like, oh, okay, point him out. Okay, that's Mike right there. Okay, well, he run this set right here. So I can actually get a full understanding of what I was looking at. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I spent a lot of time looking at that group right there. I don't think strippers was there. They boys was there to rob and rape, not spending money. Yeah, most definitely. I don't think they was there. I haven't said one time I think that they was there. But I don't know. Because I don't know everybody on the footage yet for me to even say that they wasn't there. You see what I'm saying? What this is going to do is actually make me go back and try to identify some more people that I probably overlooked, and didn't identify, it's going to make me do that, because there was a girl who I still don't know, and actually you don't know, or nobody know who this girl was, that came in all black, and she was walking with a white guy and a black guy. The black guy everybody calls Zach. I can't confirm that was Zach, but it was a girl that walked in with two dudes. I want to know who she was, and she came in just before everybody else in the party got started, but we didn't. From my understanding, we didn't see her leave. I didn't see her leave. If it's a footage of her leaving, let me know, because that's still up in the air for me. Who is this chick and what happened to her? Or did anything happen to her? Did she lead her back out the back door? So for me, I can't really say that there wasn't no strippers there, because hell, I don't know. It might have been some strippers there. Okay, it might have. We don't even know. Can anybody tell me who was those girls in the background that was talking to Tanisha? And she was saying that Ja Rule stuff dead in here. Name them girls. If you can't name them girls, then you can't tell me it wasn't no strippers in there, because you don't know everybody that was in that room. That's my only point. I'm not trying to be funny, but if you cannot name those girls, say, oh, that was Tanisha, Tawanda, Tashina, and they all worked at Walmart, then you can't tell me it wasn't no strippers in that room, because you don't know them. You don't know these people. You don't know the voices that you was hearing. You don't know some of the faces that you seeing on the so you don't know. For me, I don't know either right now, but I'm dang sure gonna look, and I'm gonna keep an open mind while I'm looking. I'm not gonna let anything distract me or throw me off or whatever. I'm gonna look into it, period. Because I didn't bring up the word stripper. Young Bando brought up the word stripper. And I do believe it was some truth in what he said, because from me, I saw that it was two girls way before I even saw a video that he did, even knew anything about this cat. But because I've never said that it was two Kanikas, I just said two girls that was dressed alike. Let everybody else tell it. Kanika got 1,000 lookalikes. Well, Young Bando just told us two, as far as the girls that was injured that night. So that stood out to me, because that's what I've been looking at. That's the area that I was led to. You see what I'm saying? So I do believe it was a lot of truth and lies mixed in his videos. And I didn't say strippers. He said it. I just said, hey, okay, well, if one of the lookalikes was a stripper, I found two more that spoke out in the very beginning that could possibly be distractions and have been distractions from the very beginning. And we've connected one to Zach, and we connected another one to Minnesota. And we all know that Rob is from Minnesota. So all I'm saying is I think we need to look in that area. That's all I'm saying. I know I am. But I'm not gonna really, go there until I actually have something else. And if I find something else like that really connects them for sure, not really them, but Keela and Azaria, any more, then I'll do another part 2 on this, and we'll talk about it some more. All right, but what I can tell y'all, they all know each other. Period. I believe they all know each other. So it was a dude. Hold on, let me go up a little more. All right, y'all. I got about 5 more minutes, and I got to get out of here. We definitely do got to keep praying. We definitely do. I'm even wondering, Justin, was they doing, some type of ritual or something in the room, or doing something in the room? See, we just don't know. But I feel like it was such demonic energy coming from those lives that it's possible that they could have been doing some kind of ritual or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like chatting when they was on the bed saying, they could have been chatting like anything. But I definitely agree. It was definitely demonic energy. And you can, anybody could be able to see it and pick that up. That's why everybody started coming out the blue saying, like, this is a spiritual warfare. This is a spiritual case. Everybody started saying that because we picked that up. We knew it. We knew it. I hope Melanie come back, because I feel so bad. Because I don't think she understands it. I'll just be strolling, through the chat room, and I don't really be picking out, what to read. Imagine what Kanika felt in that situation when she realized she was trapped and betrayal and could not get away. God bless her. God bless her soul. Bless her heart. Sweet Harmony. Man. Putting myself in Kanika's shoes, that would break me all the way down. So I try not to. That's why I say I try to do this thing with my head and not my heart. Because in the beginning, if y'all know I was so emotional and crying all the time, that's because I was putting myself or trying to put myself in her shoes. And I would couldn't even really do a whole live without getting emotional. So now I'm just, operating from my head now, but I couldn't imagine. So I'm not even gonna try to. Because I do not know what it is about Kanika's case, but you would think she was a family member. And I don't know why I'm so drawn to this case. I know, Sharif. I know. My children know Kanika, know of Kanika. My children, we all give her, we all lift her up. We all say prayers for her. So I'm getting messages. I got to get off, y'all. My people's trying to get a hold to me. Something that went down, and mama need to mediate. I'm new and I've been following you, but the truth, Malika, this stuff is deep and I come in peace. I do believe this stuff is deep. I do, especially if I just told you we got like 6, 7 groups we dealing with. I definitely believe that this stuff is deep. Kawana, I'm just not gonna jump, from A jumping straight to Z. You know what I'm saying? I want to go from A through Z, you know. But I definitely believe it's deep. That creature that was holding her down in the chair creeps me out to this day with that evil smile. I told you, Justin. I don't know if you see my video. I think we found that girl. I think we found that girl. I think she was a trainee, and her name is something. I know she a Chester Mob girl. I forgot her name, but she a Vice Lord. I have to actually pull her name up again, her profile. But we found that girl, and she's on some pictures with Kanika. Yeah, she's on actually that group picture that Kanika took. It's like a group photo, and Irene is in it. Shamaya is in it. Shamaya is not standing at the camera. Shamaya is actually looking like at one of the girls or something. In that group photo, the girl that was sitting on top of the other girl, they both is in that photo right there. So remember that photo where it was like maybe 5 or 6 of them, and you seen Shamaya, you seen Irene, you seen Kanika. I don't think Monifa was in that photo. I don't remember, but both of the girls that was in that room in that on that chair is in that photo. I have to show y'all that another day, but I got to get out of here, y'all, and respond to these messages. I love you guys. I'm gonna try to get back on here real soon and talk to you guys. I gotta go. Hopefully, I'll be able to. Melanie was giving you her name. Oh, Shatika Crump. Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, I know about her, but I've been still trying to connect Shatika to this case, but Shatika died a whole year before. Um, but I thought it was kind of strange that her obituary wasn't going around. You seen they got videos of her funeral and stuff like that. But you don't see no obituary of her, so I don't know what she looked like in the casket. You know what I'm saying? But I really can't connect it to Kanika because that was a whole year later. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. But y'all, whatever y'all want to talk to me about, just send me an email. I'm sorry, I got to get up out of here real quick. I got my daughter and my husband trying to get a hold to me. So I love you guys. Y'all have a blessed day. Okay.